Getting muted.
All right, what's going on, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, all platforms? Welcome to another special episode of New York Giants Full Access Live with the coach, Mr. Coach Ed Gladney, and NYG22. And you know, probably more Big Blue crew members are going to come through later in the show. So let's hit the intro, then we're going to talk some Giants football. Let's get it.
Welcome to New York Giants Full Access with Bigpatssportstalk, where you get the latest and realest Giants news and content. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Want to talk your talk with Big Pat Sports Talk and become an official Big Blue crew member? Hit the join button in the description. Want to look fly is some Big Pat Sports Talk merch? Head over to the Big Pat Sports Shop and grab you some gear. The link is in the description.
New York Giants Full Access, all Giants, all the time. All right, Giants fans. New York Giants Full Access is now live. Enjoy the show.
All right, what's going on, fans? Thank you guys for tuning in. Lil Bulldozer and Daniel Berry Sports in the chat already. What's going on, y'all, man? All right, today we're going to be talking about the New York Giants joint practice with the Detroit Lions, and the official depth chart has been released for the New York Giants heading into the preseason. It can change, but there's a lot of things with this depth chart that we need to talk about. What's going on, Jarius? But first, we're going to talk about the Giants and the joint practice today. And we got the coach in the building, so you know we got to go with Coach first. Man, tell us what you thought about the joint practices today, Coach, against the Detroit Lions, man. Give us your news and notes.
It was a very insightful. It was great. It was a lot of great work for both teams. But for the Giants, offensively, there was a point where Danny Jones was able to, sit in the pocket and pass the ball, no pressures. I think one of the stats that they said that they also had no offensive penalties, which, usually in a joint practice, you're going to get, because you have the referees out there, you're going to get something. So, things like that. It was productive, and the offense was clicking, defense was clicking. There's some mistakes here and there, but overall, this team stepped up to a team that was 12-5 and was one game away from getting to the Super Bowl. And they didn't let themselves get, thrown around and beat up, like in the past. So, that's some of my takes from today.
So, we did have a lot of things going on with the camp today, with the training camp practice today. Daniel Jones and Malik Neighbors looks like a legit combination that we should expect big things out of going into this season. The offensive line actually played pretty well today against that Lions defensive front. Theo Johnson looks like he's legit. Jalen Hyatt got behind the defense today. Mm-hmm. And like you said, the one-on-ones we dominated today. The defensive line dominated today, man. So NYG, if you want to speak on some things about that, man, let's talk about it.
Yeah, that man, Brian Burns, you already know, getting after it against a very good Lions offensive line. You seen Dexter Lawrence be Dexter Lawrence against one of the better centers in the league in Ragnow. And of course, you got Kayvon Thibodeau, coming along, doing his thing, winning reps. Look, that defensive line overall, it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem. I'm going to tell y'all right now, there's going to be a problem and people around the league are already peeping that. They're already looking at that. You know what I'm saying? So that's like one of the main takeaways in this practice. You're seeing a defensive line go against a very good offensive line and not dominate them, but win a lot of reps. And that's key because guess what? We expect them to get one-on-ones, given the fact that you can't block them all. You know what I'm saying? Now we have depth there. So these guys are going to get one-on-one matchups, and you like to see them winning those matchups. That's one of my main takeaways with the defense. With the offense, you already know. It's the Malik Neighbors show, man. It's the Malik Neighbors show.
Man, when you say it's the Malik Neighbors show, bro, not to cut you off, but man, that dude, I think that dude is going to be an absolute menace.
Yep.
Everybody this season, bro. Like all that talk everybody was talking before the joint practices. Yeah, you got to find out how Daniel Jones sucks against actual teams, and Malik Neighbors is only doing that against his own team. Well, guess what? Both them guys showed out against a different team. And people are predicting to go pretty far in the playoffs. Predicting to be one of the top teams in the league, not just the NFC. And they showed out, man. Because I remember talking to Coach last year when these joint practices happened. And Coach was going, oh, we got big.
He sure was.
Man, Coach was going off during that scene. I wish I could get a clip of it, man, but he was pissed. Like, man, you don't go out there on the field to get bitched like that. And I think they took that to heart this season. And they went out there and, dare I say, they bitched the Lions in a couple of ways. And man, Andrew Thomas, every time I think this dude's strength, I got a hold on this dude's strength, pause. He shows me he's just a little bit stronger than what I think. When he hit, I think he hit Armstead so hard on that rollout block that he didn't fall because he was in shock. He's like, oh shit. And guess what? He's in concussion protocol. So yeah. So that's how hard that hit was, man. It sounded like thunder when he hit him. And that's the stuff that we got to do as a team, bro. Like we got to show people that, hey, look, this ain't the old Giants. This ain't a Giants team where you think you could just come in and just bully us and got an easy victory and you laughing after the game. Nah. You ain't gonna be laughing. You might be crying after the game if they get their way. But what's going on, Wells, Nimmer? Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm just excited for this team, man. And speaking of Andrew Thomas, this offensive line showed me a little something today. And we weren't at full strength because JMS is not in there. And we had Van Rotten playing out of position. And I think Steny was at right guard, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it was Steny.
So, what do you think this offensive line can be at full strength? And I'm not talking about Evan Neal coming back. I'm talking about Andrew Thomas, John Runyon, JMS, Rotten, and Illuminor. What do you think these five guys can do for this offense this year, Coach?
Once they develop a level of continuity, first of all, you're going to have good veterans on that field. So it's not just a lot of young cats on that field. It's going to be veterans out there, and they're going to be able to really effectively protect and open up the running game. I was looking at Nick Filato did a breakdown on Van Roten, and because I always heard that he's a very good pass blocker, but his run game isn't that good. But I'm here to tell y'all, I don't know what y'all were talking about. I'm looking at the film that he broke down, and Van Roten is effective. He has good fits. Now, is he a road grader? Is he just going to always move someone? No, but he takes very good angles. He does a great job in getting his head to the play side, flipping his hips so he seals the lane for the running back, and he doesn't get driven back. And he's good in the pass game where he can read the stunts. He picks it up. He does very well. Sometimes he can get a little wide in his base on occasion, but for the most part, he's very effective. Plays with good hands. Look, he stayed with Dexter Lawrence. He's Chris Jones. He's blocked Chris Jones. Last year, he annihilated Bobby O in a run game. So you know what? I think this game is this offensive line is once they get comfortable with each other and really play together, they're going to be a lot better than we think. And you know what? Can they probably get to the middle of the pack? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, if they get to the middle of the pack, it's going to be trouble. Be honest with you, because if that offensive line blocks and allows Daniel Jones to step up in a pocket, because there's a difference between an offensive tackle that gets beat, but he can't push him past the quarterback, and allowing a defensive lineman to come straight at his quarterback, and then your guards are getting pushed back into you. There's no pocket for you to go to. Mm-hmm. But if we could create a pocket for Daniel Jones is showing like he has that confidence to get the ball to his receivers this year. And we're going to make some plays. But NYG, I know you want to talk a little bit about this O-line. So go ahead and let us know what you're thinking, bro.
Man, I think we finally got something, man. I think we finally got something cooking. You know what I'm saying? I think we finally have a foundation. And that's what we needed. Runyon is 26. Thomas is 28, I think. Illuminor is 29. John Michael Smith, he's still young. I think he's like 25. And of course, you got the old man, Van Roten. But again, you need that veteran leadership like Coach talked about. This O-line will be fine as long as Evan Neal stays off of it. I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm just going to be dead honest with you. Offensive line will be fine. They not going to be, bottom of the pack no more, y'all. I can guarantee y'all that as long as they're healthy.
Right.
But if Evan Neal was out there, all bets are off. I'm telling you right now. This is the best thing for this Giants offensive line is what they got out there right now. But again, man, I think to your point, man, I think they could be mid-pack. I think that's a fair expectation.
Man, just be top 20. Don't be 41st out of 32 offensive lines, man. Good grief. But man, Cave, what's going on? Another member of the big
Cave, what's good, Cave?
What's good, fellas?
Tell us what you think about the joint practices today, man. What are some of the things that you've seen out there today?
Well, first and foremost, we all saw the tussle out there.
Yeah.
There's stuff. Now they're saying Daniel Jones he's inciting the brawl now on ESPN. You know what I'm saying? So Daniel Jones is the one that incited it. So Daniel Jones getting the street cred right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As far as the practice, man. I mean, as far as the thing, man, I've seen like the passes to Neighbors, to Hyatt. You know what I'm saying? Wandell. You know what I'm saying? So, man, I'm good with that, man. The deep shots. I'm good with that. And then also on the defensive side, seeing Brian Burns doing his thing, Kayvon doing his thing. What's that? Jordan Riley, doing his thing as well. And what's his name? Jermaine Illuminor, you know what I'm saying? Tossing, Aiden Hutchinson, not really tossing, but, moving him around, putting up that fight. And then also Andrew Thomas, laying that hit, So I'm loving it, man. I'm loving it.
Mm-hmm.
So we got a couple more people that came into the chat. K Saint, what's going on? Brooklyn 85, what's going on? Dash, hey Dash, if you want to come on the panel, let me know. I'll put the link in the chat for you. Look, even Captain and Coke 70. I hope this is Daniel Jones last year. Well, the offensive line blocks. Your wish is not going to come true, sir. I'll tell you that now, because he's going to put up some stats. So I don't know. Get ready to cheer or get ready to cry. I don't know. But I mean, Curdy Kirk, what's going on? He says, can't wait to see round 2 tomorrow. Love the fight and them competing today. I didn't care about anything else until today. They didn't get punked. Right. Like Coach said every year. Hey, he says, Brooklyn 85, he says, Evan Neal being benched is better for the O-line. Yeah. Addition by subtraction.
Absolutely.
Petruzzi, what's going on, bro? Isaiah Evans, thank you for tuning in. He says, I support my Giants, but it's practice. That is very true. The thing that I'm most impressed about this team, because last year, like Coach said, we got bitched last year. We didn't get bitched today. We were smacking the people around today.
Right.
So that's what I'm proud of. Not saying that we're going to go undefeated because of one practice. No, that's not what we're saying. We're just saying we like to fight and we like the attitude of this team. Like, this team is showing that they have a little attitude and they have a little confidence. And maybe they're going to start believing that, hey, we're a good team and we can beat anybody that we go out there on the field with. That's the attitude that you have to have when you're playing football, because any doubt, you're going to get exposed. I promise you. You have any doubt on that field, you're going to get exposed. K Saint says, what up, fellas? O-line realistically 14 through 18, which I think is enough to win some games and be competitive every week. That's a damn fact. Because the weapons we have, if they have time, somebody going to get open. East Coast Gridiron, what's going on? DB from EP, he says that block sent bro straight to the trainer.
Right.
He's done. Straight to the trainers.
Trainer.
Right. Hey, E, I sent the link to you in your DM, bro. If you want to come on and talk a little bit of Giants football. And Dash, just let me know. I'll put the link in the chat for you. Captain, this dude, he says Neal was a massive bust. I never thought he would end up being a bust. I thought he was a great pick. Well, if you were following us back in the day, we didn't say Evan Neal was be a bust, but we did say that he had some issues that if he didn't correct, it will be tough on him. Me, Lou, Joe, NYG, and Coach. Alex too. I think Alex was in on a couple of those too. Where we said, "Hey, look,
we did the
this
film
dude gonna hit
breakdowns.
some issues." Yeah. DJ is the Terminator. What's going on? He says DJ putting a camel clutch on some mofos. Hey, DJ got some strength too, because that wasn't no small dude that he pushed. That was a defensive lineman that he pushed, and he pushed him over. And man, Andrew Thomas slung that one guy like a sack of potatoes. I feel sorry for him.
Daniel Jones said, "Man, I'm sick of this shit."
Right,
DJ, keep that beard, because that's giving you that confidence.
Every time he got that beard, he started balling.
Yeah, that's that old North Carolina country backwoods beard.
right.
Look.
Scruffy. Dash. He says, if anything, this practice showed toughness, and I'll take that any day of the week, any fucking day of the week, and twice on Sunday. Dash. That's a fact. Ghost Dog, what's going on, Ghost Dog? He said, peace of salute to the Big Blue Crew familiar. How about them Giants? Yeah, I think they did pretty good today, man. This dude who's always saying hateful stuff on Twitter. Oh, the Giants ain't gonna do this. The Giants ain't gonna do that. Oh Lord, yeah. Oh Lord. Hey, why don't you say some other stuff today? Where were you today? You weren't on any of my posts on Twitter today, sir. When I was posting some stuff on Twitter today. Daniel Jones didn't miss too many passes today, huh? So you guys didn't have anything to talk about, huh? Okay. Ghost Dog says, been saying he needs to keep that beard for a minute now. Facts, you need to let it grow out. Coach, Dash says, I'm with Coach, keep the beard, DJ. Facts. Oh, DB from EP says, y'all saw Dex and Burns pull up and defuse one of the scuffles. They wanted no smoke. Yeah, now that was funny too. And Dex is a huge dude, pause, because Brian Burns ain't no small dude, and Dex was standing behind him. And it was like, damn, Brian Burns looks small compared to Dex. When Dex came over there, everybody was like, all right, get it together. Not want this monster coming over and starting some stuff. Like, nobody wanted no smoke with Dex. Dex barked a couple of words, and everybody just went back to practice. But, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. With a dude, I think Dex was 6'5", 330, 340, and still super athletic. That's crazy. It's kind of unfair. Yeah, I know who you are, Mr. Rainey. Believe me, I know who you are. Cam, what's going on, Cam? Thank you for tuning in. He says, Cordell Flott is a liability. We need McLeod on the outside or sign a cornerback after the 53 roster cut. That's the next subject I'm going to get into. Cam. Give me 1 second to catch up the chat, and we're going to talk about that comment that you just put there. BK Godson, what's going on, bro? I ain't seen you in a little minute. Hope all is well. He says, DAWGS dogs. Seeing coaches wearing these shirts, team moving with that dog mentality. Love it. Shout out to the panel. Yeah, those shirts are actually dope. That's probably Malik Neighbors' new clothing line, dog, because that's what he is.
Facts.
T. Rainey, he says, man, he did all right, but the season ain't started yet. That's true. Can't disagree with that. Yep. Jones should keep that beard. Jarius, he says, we got some dogs out here. Out there. Mindset is different. Neighbors on offense, Burns on defense. They rubbing off on the rest of the team. Paul. He said, if I can't post when he doing bad, I'll post when he does good. You don't post when he does good, though, sir. You only post when he does bad. So you might not get a lot of posts this year, Mr. Rainey. I'm just letting you know. Book in. Thank you for tuning in, bro. Appreciate you tuning in. Ghost Dog says Dex could only be a giant in life. Laugh out loud. That man is superhuman. Yeah, that dude's ridiculous, bro. And it's kind of, like I said, it's kind of unfair. K Saint says, how about the Rook Drew Phillips bring that dog mentality? He said it on I think he did say that on Hard Knocks. And he actually had an interview today. Now, he said that he was a little disappointed in his attitude today because he's normally a guy that doesn't want to start fights, but he will stand up for himself. And that's the thing. You got to stand up for yourself. And I'm glad he did that. I'm glad DJ stood up for himself. Hell, I'm glad his offensive line stood up for themselves because they've been getting benched for a long time.
Forever, yo.
Right.
So, but to get back to where's that comment? The Cam's comment here. Cordell Flott is a liability. We need McLeod on the outside or sign a cornerback after the 53 roster cut down. E, what's going on, E?
Peace, Kings. What up, everybody?
Yeah, we going to talk about Cordell Flott for 1 second. And I know you guys have your opinions about Cordell Flott being the cornerback number 2. The only weakness we had today, as far as the Lions, for what I have seen, is that they attack Cordell Flott. They attack Drew Phillips a little bit too, but that's a Monrod St. Brown. He got a catch or two on Drew Phillips, but you expect that. He's a great player. But Cordell Flott was getting burnt by freaking Jamison Williams, who's either been suspended or hurt throughout most of his career so far. And he was making Jamison Williams look like he was freaking Roy Williams or somebody out there. So what are your guys' expectations for Cordell Flott? Let's just say he is the cornerback 2 going into the season. Week 1, Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, Wright. What are some of your concerns about Cordell Flott? Or if you have no concerns about Cordell Flott going into the season, I'm gonna start with Coach, and then we're gonna go through the panel. But tell me about Cordell Flott heading into the season. He is our cornerback 2 in this scenario.
What I've seen, what little bit I've seen, and all indications, he's a liability. He really is a liability. I don't know what it is, if he's just lacks confidence or what. I mean, being out of position, blown coverages, or contributing to blown coverages, that really stresses the entire defense. And right now, my confidence level with him is probably on a scale of 1 to 10, 9.5. I'm that concerned with him, and his ability to produce out there on the field. And when you go over the depth chart, it's gonna even show how much more I'm concerned, with him and his play right now. We definitely have to get someone out there at cornerback 2 who can step up and man the position. I mean, seriously. I mean, whether you're playing zone, whether you're playing man, don't force our coaching staff to always have to play a few coverages because said player is not grasping the back end coverages. So again, I'm really concerned right now. I'm to the point where they need to sit him down and get somebody else out there, because I consistently hear problems, and what little bit I've seen, it's not good.
So you said a 9.8 out of 10. That's a ring the alarm.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
okay, go ahead, NYG, spit your unpopular opinion.
Coach said it, man. Cordell Flott is burnt toast, man. He's burnt toast, man. He's look, man. Brian Dable, I appreciate you giving a player confidence, saying, look, I got confidence in Flott, man, but that's a heap of bullshit right there, bro.
Damn.
Ain't can't have no confidence in that dude, man. You know what I'm saying? He's out there getting cooked left and right. And to me, to make my point, they were out there looking for a corner before they signed Burns. They were going to spend that money on a corner. Don't forget that.
Mm-hmm.
So, all this, we got, I don't know, ain't no confidence in Flott. Take that $9 million and go out and get a proven veteran, or somebody that can at least look decent out there. We know we expect Banks to elevate and be that number 1 shutdown corner. We just need somebody at the number 2 spot that's not getting barbecued out there on every play. And Flott, from what I've seen, ain't looking too good right now for the young fella. I mean, I hope it works out for him, but right now, some players just need time to sit. That's why having veterans on a team is so important. Everybody's, we need young players. We put the young guy in. Sometimes these young players need to sit and watch and learn. You can't just throw everybody out there as a rookie and expect them to shine, or as a second-year player and expect them to shine. So It ain't working out for Flott right now in camp, and the Giants got to make a move there. But yeah, y'all got it.
Yeah, I think the thing with Flott, I think that the thing with him is like he's supposed to be a slot corner, right? He's not supposed to be like a CB2, right? Because that's what they picked him in the draft coming out. He came out of the draft. He was like supposed to be a slot. So now he's playing out of position, playing as a CB2. And then, like I said, it's a shame bonuses with a new system and stuff like that. And for his part, I think the preseason, we'll see if, like, you know what I'm saying, see what the Giants do, if they're going to be really concerned, like, by the preseason, if he's not really playing up to par or something like that. And then, like I said, I agree with NYG, they're going to go get a cornerback too. But like I said, for the most part, his play could be covered up by the defense, by the defensive line, if they could get to the quarterbacks and stuff like that. And, you know, that'll mask some of the problems, you know what I'm saying? Or he might pick up his play. But as far as that, I think he's out of position as CB2. I think he's a slot corner.
To real quick, man, Cave. That's a good point you make. With the defensive line, you know, possibly covering up some of the deficiencies in the secondary. But we got to understand, as good as our defensive line, or as good as we expect our defensive line to be, you can't pressure and sack the quarterback on every play. So at some point, your secondary is going to have to hold up. You know, when you're going against those top number one receivers and against the better quarterbacks in the league that can get the ball out quick, it's going to be some problems. I'm telling you, unless they need to get that fixed. But go ahead.
No. That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, by this preseason game, like I said, they'll know, like, within the first second preseason game, like, you know what, I don't think he's ready. We just gonna go get, which I think they are gonna go get a cornerback anyway with the money that we got left and stuff like that. So that's why I think we're gonna get a cornerback. Or now, unless if Flott turns it around during the preseason, man, you just never know. The light bulb might go off.
Yeah,
it's possible.
You never know.
That's true.
You gotta get him some real game reps to really see. But if you're still there, man, what you think about Cordell Flott, brother?
I am definitely right here. My brother is joining the greatest panel in the world. You see how I did that?
Right.
You see how I did that?
Hit that like button.
See how I did that, right?
Hit that like button.
Feel me? Act like y'all know what time it is, man. Like and subscribe to these brothers. Shows your support, your love. They out here doing it, what they need to do to make you guys get that education. And like I said, you will not leave how you came. So shout outs to you brothers, man. Thank you for having me on. But the first thing that comes to my mind when I hear Cordell Flott's name is, I couldn't help but notice your pain. My pain. It runs deep. Share it with me. Yo, he is in pain. You hear me, bro? Mr.
So
T.
much pain.
What's your thoughts on this fight? Predictions? Bang. He looks like I'm going to be honest, gentlemen. I was there. He was right in front of me.
You was at
Absolutely,
today,
brother.
right?
Shout out to Danny Durag, a.k.a. D-Murder.
So tell us what you seen out there, brother.
First of all, brothers, let me just say this to everybody that's listening. Thank you for putting up with me. I've seen an offense that it can be opportunistic when they get a chance. If they give that boy time, he's making throws in practice that we've never even seen him make in games because he's never practiced them before. He led Hyatt today, and if he didn't lose his own feet, a lot of people thought, it could have been a better throw. Bullshit. I was right there. The ball went exactly over his shoulder in front of him, and the fact that he led him like that, which is perfect, he tripped up a little bit, so he wound up stumbling. I don't know if y'all saw that play, but that's the touchdown if he stays on his feet. He stumbled on his own. He didn't overthrow. He didn't mislead. The ball went right to his hands over his shoulder. One of the things that I was talking about and to emphasize on the offense is scheme-wise. I think a lot of people won't know what Brasillo's scheme is, but it's definitely going to be something in the zone, run zone scheme. It's going to be the zone. It's going to be a zone power scheme. He has the guys, the hogs, to do it. So we're going to see a little bit of a mix-up. It won't be what we saw with Saquon Barkley, which was more a gap zone, but we're going to see some good things out of that. I'm not going to give too much away. But on the defense, yo, man, it's going to be tragedy for a lot of teams out here. They're really, really, really going to feel the pain of the New York Football Giants. And I say that respectfully because they got a chance to take out that frustration that they have with one another every day today against somebody else. See, it's a different type of vibe when you play against comfort and then when you play against uncomfortable. You can smile and shake hands at the end of a practice with your brothers, but at the end of one of these, it's a straight F you off the cuff. You feel me? So today was more F you. You come into my building. You've been here before, but I don't really respect you. I don't like you, and I got something to prove against you. So when Jared Goff was out there with the ones, he was struggling, bro. He was struggling. I don't know what highlights they sent anybody, but Jared Goff was struggling against the ones on defense today. And Danny, a.k.a. Do-Rag, a.k.a. D-Murder, let it be known. I don't know what's going on with him right now. I mean, he might have hit that Zaza, but he was dead. Yeah. Listen, I don't know what was up with him today, man. He was really bugging out. Danny Demons. I don't know what we going to call him, but he has some things on his mind. He made some great throws, some great decisions. But the one thing that I saw, which had nothing to do with him, but it was pertaining to him, was the fact that he had time. I don't think he's used to 3 seconds in the pocket.
Nope.
He was able to scout, able to scavenge, able to look around, able to be a quick decider against the ones on offense. Aiden Hutchinson and them boys wasn't letting up. This wasn't no light practice. They was out there battling and fighting today, man. And for everybody who was out there today too, shout outs to them. Shout outs to Chef Ronnie. Shout outs to Gringo, Scoob. There was a couple of other people. Trina, a.k.a. Love One. Giant Sing, a bunch of people that was just there today, you know, that I want to say shout outs to. And thank you guys for letting me give you a little bit of what I saw today with my own eyes. And I'm telling you right now, man, a demonic defense and an opportunistic offense. We got one of those.
Okay.
But I need you to tell that to you. Same difference on your about Danny Dimes.
Oh, yeah, he gonna learn. Don't worry, I've been posting. Demonic Danny, Do-Rag, a.k.a. D-Murder. We good.
Rag Daddy. But but based on all you guys' analysis about Cordell Flott, this is where he's going.
Looks like we got another one! On the ground! This is the Gulag. In here, you fight to win back your life. Gates!
Yeah, that's
what
true.
he's
That's
going.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Y'all just sent that man to the gulag live on stream.
But you know what it is, Pat? I am a little taken back, right? Because now that he's gotten a chance to be a solo act, right? There's a difference in football, and everybody on this panel knows. There's a difference between being a group and between being a solo act. He ain't Ralph Tresvant, bro. he ain't Ralph Tresvant. He Mike from BBD.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He Mike from BBD, bro. Like, yo, it's happening. I don't know what it is. Maybe he didn't put in enough work, enough time, or just maybe he's a better spot duty cornerback. But having him out there on
guys like that in the league.
Yeah, man. Every down.
But I do want to talk to my brother NYG about something that he said during this Cordell Flott gulag session. You said you calling out Brian Daboll on some bullshit when he said that he had confidence in Cordell Flott. Now, I want you to elaborate on that for me, if you can, if you want to.
Yeah, I will. Because as I mentioned, they were in the market for a cornerback. They knew they had a hole at corner. they knew they needed to upgrade that position at that number 2 cornerback spot. You know what I'm saying? And I understand the I understand the reasoning behind him saying it. But I'm saying is in the back of their mind, behind closed doors, him and Joe Schoen knew they needed to upgrade that spot based on their actions. And as I mentioned earlier, they were in the cornerback market. They mentioned it on Hard Knocks, the recent episode. They were looking at Kool-Aid McKinstry and Kamari Lassiter in round 2. So, where's all this confidence for Flott? Your only confidence in Flott is because that's all you fucking got. That's what I'm talking about.
It's called a lack of options.
Yeah, so
Right.
I just wanted you to elaborate on that because a lot of people will take that the wrong way. Oh, he's calling Brian Dabo out. No, it's just calling a spade a spade. Everybody on this panel really knows that when he said I have confidence in Cordell Flott, that was kind of, well, NYG doesn't say anything to pull punches or save your feelings. He just called bullshit. And basically that's what it was. It was bullshit. You can't really have confidence in Cordell Flott in that position because you never really seen him play that position at a huge clip. He's always been in the slot. And then you drafted Drew Phillips to play the slot because maybe you didn't have confidence in Cordell Flott in the slot. So, yeah, sometimes in life you just gotta call a spade and just let it be known because the truth, it may hurt, but it makes you better because you don't need anybody lying to you, to be honest with you. You don't need anybody around you to be lying to you, and that's just in life. You don't need someone around you that's going to lie and pump your head up. Oh, those yes man type dudes. That's why all those entertainers be wilding out and everything because they got people around them that's just yes man because they got their hands out. We don't do that here. If NYG told me the other day, and I'll keep saying it, dude, keep doing your videos the way you doing them, man. You bullshit. You don't have to be like nobody else. You.
Right.
And I thank him for that. You know what I'm saying? Because the 2 videos I did today, I'm back to my regular numbers. So it is what it is. Sometimes you need people like that. You need people to tell you what it really is. Because that's the only way you're going to get better as a person at anything that you do. So, yeah, I just wanted you to elaborate on that because I don't want people to take it the wrong way.
Yeah, but ain't no shot at Coach Dabes. I'm in support of what him and Joe Schoen are doing. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, look, you can't get it all right all the time. I'm fair with that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I understand that you can't get every decision right 100% of the time. These people are human. They're not, some type of
what?
Right,
human.
Yeah, they're not some type of wizard that can just wave a wand and everything goes correct like they think everybody else does.
So yeah, I get it. They make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? But that's what we're here as, like you mentioned, as Giants content creators, to point out the good, but to also be fair and point out some of the mistakes. That's all.
Yeah, I mean that's what we got to do. So we're gonna talk a little bit about another part of the defense since we already sent Cordell Flott to the gulag. Let's talk about another part of the secondary and a part of the defensive tackle rotation. Who steps up in the secondary? Will it be Dane Belton or will it be Tyler Newman? That's part 1. And then part 2, who's going to be that second defensive tackle along Dexter Lawrence? Will it be Ryder Anderson? Will it be Jordan Riley? Will it be Nacho? Will it be Davidson? Will it be Chapman? Or will it be some other guy we bring in? Who knows? You already know Joe Schoen's probably only got about 5 people he already targeting that you already bring in on waiver wire. So, I mean, Coach, what do you think about those 2 very, very important positions that we have no real answer for right now besides the cornerback 2 position?
I think your safeties are going to be Belton and Pinnock right now. Number one, Newman is still coming back from an injury. He's still learning, even though he's uber talented, don't get me wrong. But Belton, he's been in the system a little bit long. He is showing me a lot more confidence out there. I mean, heck, with that fight, he was right in the middle of it too. So, he's just playing at a different level. And plus, I think they have the right type of scheme for him. So, I think he's going to start the season with Pinnock at the safety position. As far as the DT, I still think it's going to come down to the wire. Between Anderson and Nunez, and it really depends on more of, I think, the opponent that you're facing. If you're going to be facing more of a run-based team, it might be Nacho because he's a better run player, a run defender. I'm not saying Anderson isn't, but he's more astute in the run game. And Anderson, has a little bit better pass rushes than Nacho. So I think it's going to come down to those two in the end. Jordan Phillips, just I don't know what's up with him. So, and I think Chapman will eventually take him. It's just that he's a rookie. I mean, that kid has quickness. Every reports indicate that he's extremely fast off the line of scrimmage, and he's going to get the opportunity in pass rushing situations to take advantage of the offensive players, offensive linemen that are out there. But the DT, I think, is going to come down to Nacho or Anderson. Unless for some reason it's somebody who really gets cut by another team who they feel is just a can't miss, and they're going to snatch him up.
Yeah, I feel you on that. Those two positions are up in the air, but I do believe the safety position, unless Newman comes in and has an excellent preseason, I do believe it's going to be Dave Belton and Pinnock. But NYG, what you think about it, brother? Those two positions.
As far as safety is concerned, I agree with Coach. I think it's going, man. Like, I put it out there on Twitter, and y'all can stamp this as an unpopular opinion, or maybe it's not too unpopular, but I think Jason Pinnock is the most underrated player on this Giants defense. Like, that dude makes plays, and he's around the football a lot. You know what I'm saying? And he's going to, I think him and Simmons on the low, they're going to be keys to this defense. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to guarding the tight ends and running backs that we're going to be facing. So that's something to look out for. But I think it's Dane Belton initially, like Coach said. I think Nubin's a little bit behind, given the injury and just given he just, it takes time to learn that position. And you have Belton in there who's already been in the been in Dable's system for a while now. So I think they want to give him a shot to at least, initially start as they bring Tyler Nubin along a little bit slower. I think maybe that's their plan. Now with the defensive tackle next to Dex, it's hard to say who it's going to be, but I'm going to tell you who it needs to be. It needs to be Jordan Riley. And I'm going to tell you why. First of all, Jordan Riley's a draft pick of Joe Schoen. And Joe Schoen has to – some of these draft picks start to have to be check marks. Like, we can check those off like, all right, hit. That's good. That's yada, yada, yada. So I want to see Jordan Riley take another step in year 2, and he's shown flashes. That's reason number 2. Like, he's shown flashes. We see potential for him to be like that. Can be a fearsome front four if Jordan Riley can get after the quarterback like Dex, and you got those two big monsters, Pauls, with Thibodeau and Burns. And you can rotate Ojulari and Nacho and the rest of them in there. I mean, damn. But I want to see Jordan Riley take that spot. I think that would be a big deal to me and that would be a big deal for the Giants because that means, look, you gotta book in D tackle next to your superstar. You know what I'm saying, for the long term, because he's a rookie and he's under contract. Now I don't know what happened with DJ Davidson. Seemed like he kind of fell off a little bit, but I'm looking at Jordan Riley to be that dude, to be that next great. Look, we always been the D tackle factory when it comes to drafting.
Right.
I think Jordan Riley could be that next hit, y'all. I'm telling you. I got confidence in this kid.
Just to piggyback off what you just said right there, that absolutely makes a lot of sense. A lot of people not going to agree with you about he needs to be the other defensive tackle, but I kind of agree with that because I think he has the most talent out of those guys. And he has the most ability to be an actual solid defensive tackle that can start on about any team as long as he keeps developing. We can have Dex and then we can have baby Dex.
Right.
So I see where you're going with it, and it's a very good thing. But yeah, I understand that. Cave, what you got for me?
Yeah, so I totally agree with NYG. I've always been a Jordan Riley man ever since last year. Like I said, the little times I've seen him play, he pushes the pocket back. If you got two guys pushing the pocket back with him and Dex in there, that could also clog up the run game. You know what I'm saying, to stop the run and stuff like that and bring more pressure to the quarterback to get the quarterback to go to the outside towards Burns and Thibodeau. So you want to flush that inside, you know, with Dex and Jordan Riley to flush that quarterback out to those guys who's going to be waiting to sack them. You know what I'm saying? So I totally agree with the Jordan Riley thing. Nunez, Roaches, let's say he played last year, but I mean, he was all right. I didn't think he was like, you know, I know Ashawn Robinson played better than he did, you know what I'm saying, as far as stopping the run and things like that. So, like I said, I'm more with Jordan Riley to play, you know, next to Dexter Lawrence. That's who I want to see because, like I said, he is young. He is one of our draft picks, and he does have talent. It ain't like he just, you know, like he's not like no Boogie Basham or something like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
please.
He got some talent. So yeah, you put him over there, man. I want to see that though, because like I said, I want to see that pocket like collapse with Dex and Jordan Riley in there. You know, and then as far as like the safety, yeah, I agree. I think it's going to be Pinnock and Belton, but I could also see a three safety. You know, because Shane Bowen does play three safety, so Tyler Nubin is going to play. Because if you really look at it, we play some physical teams that like to run the ball. Tyler Nubin, he's a physical tackler, so that's another added, you know, to stop the run and things like that. You need that physicality in the back, you know, with them other guys. Some other guys are ball hawks and stuff like that. You know, Belton's like he'll intercept the ball. He's not so much of a tackler, but, you know, you get a tackler back there, like a short-handed tackler. And, you know, if he could be like how Landon Collins was for us back in that back in the safety, you know what I'm saying, like how Tyler Nubin could be like Landon Collins was. He was a short tackler. When Landon Collins was back there, he made them plays. You know,
that's a good point, Cave.
And if you can stop that, you're gonna neutralize these teams. You know, like going deep and things like that, and also making them one dimensional. Like take away that run game, make them, you know, one dimensional to throw the ball, and then, you know, you can pin your ears back, and then you got Thibodeau, Dexter Lawrence, and Burns. You know, so. That's what I see as far as like the safety look. And then as far as like the cornerback with, you know, fly is like depends on what they do. If they go to three safety, then you really ain't got to work that QB2, you know what I'm saying? Because they'll how can I say, like how what's the name used to do it? I think it's Spagnola, how his defense used to be. It was like unorthodox. You couldn't tell what was coming, you know.
That's a fact.
Can I interject something for a second?
Go ahead, Coach.
In reference to NYG's point about Jordan Riley. I mean, I have to see it because what most people don't realize, playing the 1 or the 0 tech is totally different than playing a 3 tech. That's really is. True. So I get Jordan Riley. He can push the pocket, but a lot of times he's pushing the pocket right over the center, as opposed to going outside the guard and pushing the pocket that way. It's a different angle. It's a different technique. That's why sometimes some teams, when they put a 3 tech is a little bit smaller. Depends on the scheme, but, you know, that's why last year our base defense was actually a 3-4. So they were playing more of a 5, so you could have bigger linemen there. Right now, all indications is we're more of an even front, a 4 type of a Tech.
Mhm.
Remember when Dexter Lawrence first came here, where was he playing? The 3 tech. And
Yeah.
he did not look good. But we moved him inside to the 1, to the 0, and he became an all-pro. That's my only concern, where if you move Riley out there. Now, if he moves out there and he shows he can do it, great. I'm all for it. But I'm also real to the fact, if he plays like a better as a 1 or a 0 tech, you don't move him. You do not move him to the 3 tech. I get you want to put him at a DT, but it's a different technique. It's a different way to play it. And some guys just, Dexter Lawrence is a prime example. He was good, but he became elite when you moved him inside.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Well,
Hey, let
that's a
me
good point.
say this. Yeah, that's a very good point, Coach. TJ, I think this is Coach TJ from Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
With this comment right here, that's got to be you, because that's how you talk. Andrew, what's going on? Thank you for tuning in. Average Beast, thank you for tuning in, man. Appreciate you guys. Five Blizzard, thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you for tuning in. But I hear all you guys. Chris D, Lil Bozer, all you guys are making some damn good points. E, what you got for me?
First of all, in YG, we got beef because you stole the thunder, brother. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? We're going to talk on this off air. You heard? Mind your business. You understand? Mind your business. You keep talking about somebody else. Feel me? Because we definitely had a conversation. One, the question was posed about the safety position. Right now, Pinnock, and let me bring up a name that I haven't heard nobody say, and I thought they were going to say it. McLeod is having one of the best underrated camps possible. And it's reminding me of Pinnock's camp from last season. Pinnock put everybody on notice in camp, and his play translated to the field last season. McLeod is having one of those same type of camps. I'm just telling you that now. I didn't think that was going to happen. I thought I was going to be speaking about Belton and Newbin, and that was it right there. Thinking that we just got our draft pick. We got the best safety in the draft according to all of our opinions and thought processes and the world. And then Belton taking his leap forward, because on spot duty, we've seen him be definitely a player. But Nick McLeod is taking steps, and I'm very happy to see that. So I definitely think it's going to be Belton probably starting because of the experience factor, but eventually we're looking for Newbin to take that step up. Right now, he's not playing as fast as he should be. I saw something today where he took a horrible angle. Instead of backpedaling, he left his feet open, and everybody knows that that's the worst position to have, because you cannot move side to side when your feet are flat. And he took a horrible angle on Montgomery for a running play and whiffed. Just looked crazy right in front of me. But so he's learning, and that's a rookie right there. So we're gonna give him some graces. But Jordan Riley is definitely the name that I was gonna bring up, definitely speak about. I'm very, very high on this young man, pause, because of the fact that what I see in his toolbox, he reminds me of a Jonathan Hankins. A lot of people don't want to talk about it. He has that big lower body, those long arms, and he's more athletic than you really understand until you see it in front of you. He's knifing through the defenses. He's right there to make the plays that counts, but he just needs the reps. He's just one of those guys like Jonathan Hankins. Remember, Big Hank had to back up a couple of people on the DT list before he got where he needed to get. And they finally found him 3 techniquing it and saying, you know what, this is where he's best at. And I think that that's going to be the same situation for Jordan Riley. Now, don't get it twisted. I don't know what's going on with DJ Davison. Maybe he's not working out as hard. Maybe he's taking a step back, or maybe the rotation and the defensive scheme is a little bit different. Remember, certain defensive schemes fit certain defensive players' skill sets. Coach alluded to Dexter Lawrence. We had him in the wrong position when we had Pat Shermer and those guys, right? But as soon as he was switched to the 1 tech and 0 tech, look at his career, look at his skill set, look at his agility, look at his strength, and look at the fact that he's the #1 DT in the NFL. Hands down. He's the #1 DT in the NFL. Aaron Donald's gone. That spot goes to Dex. No question. And he's hurting people in practice to prove it. You know? Like,
yeah, he's hurting his own damn people.
He's hurting his own teammates, man.
Crazy, yeah.
Right.
But 40 Love,
So, yeah.
what's going on? Thank you for tuning in. A-Tracks, thank you for tuning in. Yes, I do think Eric Gray makes this team. BK Godson, and he said he can't block. That's a wrap. He must be talking about Evan Neal.
Got to be.
You guys did mention one name that I cannot stand. We're gonna get another special gulag going. Freaking Boogie Basham. Good Lord.
Looks like we got another one! On the ground!
I can't stand that man. But
Agreed, Pat. You hear me? Agreed.
Man, when you look,
He was
like
a
my speed
nepotistic
out there,
hire, bro.
man, I could give you that speed out there, bro.
What we
That's
give? We gave him a
crazy.
6th-round pick for him. 6th-round pick, right?
Yeah, something like that. But you all you guys made some damn good points in your own way about those two positions. That's why I love this panel, man. I actually can agree with it, just about everything you guys say in certain ways. A lot of people not going to agree that Jordan Riley needs to be that other D tackle. I mean, but I do believe that's the guy that should be able to go to the forefront and be that guy that we can count on opposite of Dex. Now, when it comes to the pass rush situation, I think that's a toss-up between Chapman and Ryder Anderson.
Mm-hmm.
If we want to do a pass rush situation with a dude next to Dexter Lawrence. Or can we get it to where Ojulari would be that guy when we have you in 3rd and long and just send Ojulari, Burns, Thibodeau, and Dex at you? You see what I'm saying? I want to get to that point too. Like 3rd and 10, 3rd and 12. Yeah, let's send those 4 monsters out there. And we got 7 people in coverage. We should be good. Alex, what's going on? Beto A777, he says, great panel, underrated. Yes, we are underrated. That is very true.
Until we hit you with them old man punches.
Right. He said, I heard Nacho had a really good day is learning more about being a pass rusher. Let me tell you something about Nacho. He might just be a filler, man. I don't believe Nacho is going to turn into that guy that gets paid next to Dexter Lawrence. And maybe hopefully I'm wrong. You know, he can turn into that guy, but I just don't think he's that guy. And I don't know, man. I think he's just a starter right now because of experience.
Absolutely.
Just to be
right.
Absolutely.
He's just a guy. That's you.
Absolutely.
He's just a guy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because he got put on both knees by Kubas, an undrafted rookie. And I mean, he was praying out there. Like, God, no.
Bow your heads.
Yeah, what type of strength Kubas got.
Oh, man.
So if Kubas is doing that to you, I'm quite sure the offensive lines we're going up against aren't going to have too many issues.
He got enough strength, Pat, to open up a bag of nachos. See how I did that? See how I did that?
Cheese and chili. But yeah, damn, man, that was crazy. I was like, man, that was kind of embarrassing.
Yo, I didn't realize how small Chapman is, brothers.
Yeah, Chapman's like my height.
Yeah, he's about 6 feet. I think he's about 6 feet.
Because I'm almost, I'm telling you, he's from where I'm at. He's right here in Shreveport from where I'm at. I almost look him eye to eye.
Yeah,
So he's not.
I didn't know he was that. I took a picture of him. I'll send it to you guys later on today. He was like the baby of the DT
Mhm.
bunch standing there. I'm like, yo,
But you
he
know
is,
what? People say
yeah.
that about Aaron Darnold too.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm only like 5'10", 5'11", and I'm almost looking at him. So he
Them
might be
shorter
6 foot.
guys got that lower center of gravity.
Yeah,
And
they
he
got
got
that
that
right.
speed to go with it.
And
He
they
got
can
that
get
speed to go with
underneath.
it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
But you know,
Yep.
So if Dexter Lawrence is taking two people, he got that speed to get around Dexter Lawrence pretty damn fast to get in there and sack somebody, which is doing. Like Alex said, Elijah Chapman was working his ass off today. Yeah, that dude works,
Yeah.
man. I think he's
Yeah.
gonna make this roster.
He's
hey,
underrated. He's underrated strong too. For
Yep.
his center of gravity, he can anchor for a defensive lineman. He's strong. He's a great anchorer. Like, yo, today they wasn't moving him back. What I look for when I look at D line versus O line, I want to see if you got grass kicking up out of your spikes, if you being pushed back. Not today.
Mhm.
He was a straight young Wolverine.
So
I mean, he could be like,
yeah, TJ, I'm only about 5'10", 5'11", and then Chapman's like right there with me. So he's about 5'11", 6 foot. Yeah, I'm almost 6 foot. I ain't short,
I mean,
and
he
I
could
still
be.
knock somebody out. But
Uh-oh.
Dude,
do you guys have any more questions about the actual practice or the roster today before we get into the schedule and probably head out tonight?
One thing I
I
want to
mean, the
say
depth
real
chart.
quick for those that weren't there, right, Pat? I just want to give some people an observation. Today's scheme was a lot different than any other time we played offensively.
What
We
was
was
the scheme?
pushing. It was a lot of pull. It was a lot of zone stretch. Today we played some zone stretch instead of zone gap power. We played a lot of zone stretch for today, just to get some angles on these defensive players for the Lions. Please do not get it twisted. They
Yeah,
have
you
a
was
top
there,
10
Alex.
defense. They have a top 10 defense. So for them guys to move them around and pull Illuminor like that and have him on Aiden Hutchinson and letting people know you're not touching my quarterback, there's a different attitude with this offensive line. I'm not saying that we're going to be world beaters. I'm just saying we're not going to be Daniel Jones breakers.
hmm
Yeah, that's a fact.
I want to say this too, you guys. Um, Pull up Nick Filato's breakdown of, I said it earlier, of Van Roten. The man's run blocking is much better than people are giving him credit for. And he takes proper angles in the zone scheme, and he works very well.
Mhm.
It's not just Lunor. He works very well with the center, and his ability to flip his hips and seal the alley in the block in the run game is just immense. I was pleasantly pleased when I was sitting there watching this film, and of course we already know he pass blocking he's elite, but I just highly recommend you guys, because I'm just so amped to watch him in this game live in a regular game. And I get what you're saying, Alex. The thing I will say to you guys too about him playing center. If you look at the depth chart, he's not listed at center. And for him to come in this week and start at center in a dual practice, that speaks volumes to the other guys who are there. That's
Or
not about him. That speaks to the guys who have already been here, and you're gonna let
Facts.
somebody come in and start, and he's only been here not even a week. That's an indictment to the centers that we already have here.
That's an absolute fact, coach. Because if they feel a guy that's playing out of place is way better than you to start immediately, that says a lot about our backup centers, man. That's kind of scary.
It
Yeah,
also
that
says a lot about skill set from a guy who was positioned to be the possible right tackle due to our injured right tackle playing against the guy that he already has, you know what I mean, camaraderie with, he's in sync with in his old teammate in Illuminor. Now he moves to the center position, right? And he's able to shore up that line and anchor in 1 week.
Well, Alex says I won't completely say he's outplayed our backup centers being there. Well, he's getting a rep, so I guess they feel confident in him being out there, Alex. So and you're out there, so maybe you can tell us a little bit more about the centers. But yeah, that is kind of alarming that he's his first. He ain't even been here a full week yet, has he?
Nope.
4 days and 3 nights.
Well, he was on the bottom of the pile. He was on the bottom of the pile.
That's crazy. He ain't even been
He
here.
got
a
that
full week
resort
yet.
package, 4 days
Right.
and 3 nights.
You heard? For real. I tell you what, though, don't touch him. You see who his protector
Oh yeah,
is.
man.
Don't touch him. You see who his protector is. Don't touch my friends.
Hey, Pat, what no say?
Oh, he said, No says, what's going on, No? Thank you for tuning in. Good to see you, brother. He says, Pat Fellas, question. Anyone here fond of Big Blue Online podcast? That dude, Tim, how can you be a fan, pessimic? Listen, bro, me and that dude got history, bro. That dude literally challenged me to a debate on his channel and backed out and tried to get my channel taken down because he was scared of me. Point blank, period. That dude will never say another word to me on here or in real life because he already know what it is. So I know who you're talking about. Actually was doing a show with him until he backed out. And that's when I met Lou. And that's when the Big Blue Crew was started. So I do give him kudos for being a coward and allowing the Big Blue Crew to be formed. So I at least give him that. But other than that, that dude's trash, bro. Like he panders to fans. He brings up black quarterbacks every year, and people just float to, oh yeah, he's talking about, dude. You don't even know he's just pandering to you just to get your little view because you're so gung ho getting rid of DJ. This is the same dude that compared DJ to Tim Tebow. You know what I'm saying? So
straight up,
it's ridiculous.
You doing the depth chart, Pat?
Yeah, I'm finna bring up the depth chart now. Let me get off that clown. But we're gonna look at the depth chart right now. Thank you, Coach. We're gonna get on the depth chart right now. As you know, the official depth chart was released today, and can you guys see that pretty good?
Yeah.
Okay. The official depth chart was released today, so basically at the receiver 2 position, they have Jalen Hyatt / Darius Slayton, which I said they would do. I do believe they're going to split snaps until one of them shows that the other is not good enough to outbeat me to be the receiver 2. I do believe that's going to happen. And believe it or not, I think Jalen Hyatt is getting first crack. Looks like they're going with the youth movement with the receivers, and you can actually tell in the body language of Darius Slayton during training camp. I'm not saying that he looks disinterested or he's just slow dogging it. It's just you can look at his face and just tell body language that he already knows that Jalen Hyatt is going to get the first crack to be received.
Yeah, he probably wants out at this point.
Yeah, and I'm coming off the bench this year, so you're benching me again. First time you benched me, you really didn't believe that I had any skill, and then now the second time you're benching me for the young fella. So don't be surprised if there's like a surprise trade or something that happens with Darius Slayton.
And I signed the dumbest contract in wide receiver history. Let's get that out.
Yeah. The slot receiver is going to be Wan'Dale Robinson, obviously, backed up by Isaiah McKenzie and Gunner. Right tackle, they got Jermaine Illuminor. Right guard, they got Aaron Stinney. Center, John Michael Schmitz. Left guard, John Runyon. And left tackle, Andrew Thomas. Running back, Devin Singletary. Number 1 receiver, obviously, Malik Neighbors being backed up by Isaiah Hodgins, Robinson, and Bryce Ford Wheaton. What's going on, Lou? Number 1 tight end right now is Daniel Bellinger. Lawrence Cager's backing him up. Chris Manhertz, then Theo Johnson. And quarterback, Daniel Jones, Drew Lock and Tommy DeVito. Now, the surprises here are that they have Aaron Stinney at right guard instead of Greg Van Rotten. So I don't know how long ago this list was made. Maybe it was made about 3 days ago. not a surprise to me, but they got Jalen Hyatt ahead of Darius Slayton, to be honest. And at tight end, they got Theo Johnson as the number 4 tight end, and Daniel Bellinger as a starter with Lawrence Cager, Chris Manhurst backing him up. So, I mean, that's your starting lineup there. And is there any surprises to you guys? We're gonna go on the panel. Is there any surprises about that starting lineup right there? We're gonna start with Coach, then we're gonna go down the line.
I mean, Van Roten eventually is going to, supplant, in my opinion, supplant Stinney. But other than that, no. I mean, everything else is, it's up. This needs to be updated because Jay Sean Corbin was let go today also. So, but yeah, other than that, no, everything is offensively. No, this, Miles Boykin, Dennis Houston, as far as the receivers, there's no major surprises there other than that. That's what we.
Going crazy.
What?
Sorry, Coach.
11-6.
Crazy this year, nigga. I'm telling you, New York Giants gonna kick everybody ass. I'm
So,
sorry, Coach. I've been holding that in.
But yeah, no, I mean, Alex is saying he's surprised. Miles is in second teams, so that I can't. I mean, I haven't seen him, so I'd have to wait for his game film or live action to see. But offensively, everything's not a surprise to me. Well, you know what? Yeah, what you call it at the 4-string tight end. Maybe that's about it.
Right.
All right, NYG, what you got?
I mean, like I said, not too much going on there. Definitely surprised to see Daniel Jones as QB1. Nah, let me stop, man.
Danny Durag, aka D Murder.
But nah, man, like I said, I think time's about up for Slayton here. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
I think
yeah, that is surprising.
I think
it's surprising coming from him.
That's
right.
what I'm saying.
It feels like it's about
feeling in the air.
It's about time to
I can feel it coming in the air.
Right.
And it's not Slayton's fault, man. It's Jalen Hyatt's fault, man. It's Jalen Hyatt is putting that pressure on dude, bro. Like this dude is serious with it. Like he is serious with that shit, man. I mean, you as a Giants fan, I fucking love that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not attached to no particular player. I'm not that type of fan. You know what I'm saying? I only supported Slayton because I thought he got a bad rap, much like people support DJ because they thought he got a bad rap. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, it looks like the writing's on the wall, man. That's one of my main takeaways from that depth chart.
I don't think he's gonna be gone.
I think they're probably gonna find a trade for him. Because think about it. This dude went on Keyshawn Johnson's podcast saying he wants like 100-something targets a season. He ain't getting that shit here. Like he got to go somewhere and be somebody's like solid number 2 to even come close to that. So and then there was the contract. See, I read tea leaves like shit building up. There was the contract situation. There was him being benched. Like that shit adds up in somebody's psyche, and sooner or later you like, you know what? Just move me. I'm not part of the future here. He's still a young player.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So that's how I feel about it.
What? We need the picks. Go ahead and get a 4th-round pick for him, 5th-round pick for him. To add with that compensatory pick we're gonna get. For, you know what I mean?
Actually, if Kate Saint is still watching, he actually had a very good thing about Darius Slayton in the trade. He said trade him to the New Orleans Saints and get Marshawn Lattimore back in return.
Oh, that'd be nice. Be nice because just look at our wide receiver room right now. We can afford that right now. We got some dogs in there now.
You got some depth, definitely, man. I mean, if you let Slayton go and you want to keep Ashawn Robinson or Hodgins or somebody on the roster, you can still do that. You can make room for a guy like maybe McKenzie or somebody as depth for your slot guy. So, I mean, ways to do it. You know what I'm saying? But I just think like with Slayton, it's just, and I think this is how Darius Slayton feels. You know what I'm saying? And that's where I think this is coming from. I'm just seeing how like Pat said, just kind of reading between the lines a little bit and how he kind of taking shit. You know what I'm saying? So
can I give a different POV on this, my brothers?
You got it.
See, the problem is not nothing that anybody said here. The problem is something totally different. It's called Malik Neighbors. It's called Malik Neighbors. You see, we've been so used to looking at a number 3 receiver put in a number 1 wide receiver position, we forgot what 1, 2, and 3 actually look like, and your ass got to fight to be in between 3 and 4. See, he's never been in a fight before because we've never had anybody over him. So that's why he was the leading receiver due to a lack of options. Now, you see what a number 1 receiver look like. If Darius Slayton didn't talk about getting paid and taking the worst contract in wide receiver history for incentives, would we actually know who he was on this team? He has gotten no press except for his commentary. He's gotten no plays in practice that made him look like, okay, he's the guy. There is no excitement around him because you know why? You have that dog in Malik Neighbors, that developing receiver in Jalen Hyatt, that slot lockdown in Wan'Dale Robinson, and they have even formed a bond. You ever notice when they do that little Spider-Man point at each other, he ain't involved?
Yeah, it's just the three young
It's
guys.
just the 3 of them. He's never had to deal with that type of pressure before, and he's looking scared. Let's say what it is, okay? He's looking scared. He knows his minutes is about to get lower. He's definitely not going to hit those incentives because he played himself, and now it's getting crazy. Remember, he's always been on the team by default. Last season, they were trying to get rid of him. If it wasn't for an injury, he would have never been here this year. Let's get that out there.
I disagree with that, but yeah.
Remember, they were trying to trade him away.
They were.
Okay, so if they were trying to trade him and there's no injury, right? He's not here.
Well, they didn't like him. They knew. I mean, they he wasn't.
Their pick.
They stuck with him out of necessity. But then he carved himself out a role here. Now, like you said, we've got receivers, and he's not up to par. So as far as with those guys, but I think he stays on the team, man.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna be here.
Bryce Ford had an injury that he's coming back from. Allen Robinson hasn't put enough stuff on the field yet for them to really make a decision. I think because he has familiarity with the team, the offense, and Jones, I think he still makes the roster.
Right. And Isaiah Hodgins has been absent.
I think he makes the roster. Let me just be clear what I'm saying. I think he makes the roster. I think he wants a trade.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah. I think he will want out.
Yeah, because he feels disrespected and
slighted.
Yeah, he feels slighted. That's the only thing. Darius slighted.
If they perform better than you, your best thing you can do is not go out talking shit and be like, look, I don't think I'm gonna get much playing time here. I would prefer you guys trade me somewhere where I can try to primarily be the number 2 guy. You know what I mean? Or maybe even the 3. But I want to go somewhere where I can get some run. I'm not gonna get no run here. But
and to be honest,
be an asshole.
Yeah,
Then you shoot yourself in the foot because you ain't made enough good splash plays for somebody to really want you. So if you start talking crazy in the media, you're gonna shoot yourself in the foot.
But to be honest with you guys, I don't even think it's because he's not good enough or lack of talent. I just believe that he's in a bad situation with a young guy like Jalen Hyatt that has a similar skill set to you that is younger.
Exactly what I think it is.
Right.
And they're gonna go with the youth movement. He doesn't
If
have that.
If Jalen Hyatt's not here, he's the number 2, and he's happy with
easily.
That. Yeah.
Exactly my point.
And then he can demand the money that he fucking wants.
Yeah.
Right. By not signing a bullshit incentive-laced contract that you know you ain't never gonna make.
That's why I said the problem is Hyatt.
And the drive home ease point, he doesn't have that camaraderie like those 3 young guys do. They relate to each other better. And Neighbors was his worst nightmare.
That was it.
Because now when Neighbors comes in, he's still young, like Wan'Dale Robinson and Hyatt and all those guys. Every time you see those 3 guys are right there. When one of them makes a play, they're right there. They have that camaraderie together, and that is strong. You don't want to break that bond that they have by putting Slayton in there over Hyatt.
And Pat, let me say this, right? The greatest thing that Darius Slayton can do this season, being in between a 3 and 4, is play that destroyer role that I like to call it. That, oh man, he ran back the punt for us. What was his? Deshaun Jackson. That Deshaun Jackson played with the Rams. Do you guys remember every time Deshaun Jackson got into a game last season or the season before that? Excuse me. He scored a touchdown on a go route. That's what Darius Slayton can become. Once the ball is in his hands, most likely it's a touchdown or a 40-yard to 50-yard play to get the offense up the field to keep us exciting. That is what he has to become, because he's always going to be better than the 4th cornerback. Maybe some 3s. You feel me?
If he was just a little bit more consistent with catching and a little bit better with his route running, that will be Hyatt's role instead of him.
Right.
You see
but Hyatt has better hands.
Hyatt has better hands. And it looks like his route running is getting better too. So that's why you see Jalen Hyatt / Slayton.
I think Hyatt has more of a knack to fight for the football.
Yeah,
that's where I think the separation is. Hyatt's gonna go where you see Slayton sometimes. I'm not saying he quits on the play, but I don't know if he necessarily maybe not have the physicality or I don't know.
I could tell you what it is. I could tell you what it is and why.
Real quick.
Yeah, I don't want to interrupt you.
Yeah, nah. And where you see Hyatt, where you see him like have that, like he's almost like how you were saying, baby Dex. He's like baby Malik Hyatt with speed. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna fight for the ball. He's gonna have that dog mentality that they're exactly bookends. He attacks the ball. That's what I'm talking about. Slayton doesn't necessarily do that. That's the
he has the ability
right
to do it. That's what makes you kind of crazy, because his rookie year he was doing it.
Right, but it's his ability not to fight through plays at the line of scrimmage. And why? When he's man pressed, right? If you put hands on him, he's one of those type of cats that, like, when you play ball, you can talk him out of his game because he doesn't like to be physical. Some dudes just doesn't like the physicality of playing a basketball game, right? They always want to call a foul. That was a foul right there. It's always a foul. He's that way. If you ever listen to when he talks, he says it. Yo, man, DBs are really slick in this game. You know, they'll hold you, pull you, grab you, push you, and they know how to get away with it with the referees. See, that to me right there lets me know that they're too much in your mind, when you should be learning how to create separation, hand fight, learn how to up and under, swim over the top, pull, latch, and move, and escape at the line of scrimmage. Hyatt naturally has better feet than Slayton off the line.
Yeah, that's a fact. But you need to come a receiver like Adams over there, Devontae Adams with the Raiders, and D-Hop. I think there's some of the best that do that. Them dudes get away with pushing off so much, bro. But they do it in such a subtle way that it's like, damn. because that's the way D Hop has been getting open the past 2 years. I'll just be honest, because he doesn't have the speed anymore to get past you. So he's using those little elbows to your rib to get you off that slight get off, and he catches the ball. It's crazy. It's a lot of
Yeah,
things that
it's
goes
just
into
nuances, man.
yeah,
It's just
little
little small
nuances.
nuances that he doesn't have. And if he's not developed them, and I'm supposed to see that in your 4th year, I'm supposed to see you be able to hand fight at the line of scrimmage. You know what I mean? Get away with if they're pressing you, you're pulling them, but you got that twitch where it doesn't get caught. So he never developed these things, and Hyatt is developing them as time goes along in a shorter period of time.
Yeah, and that's why I think that Slayton will probably demand a trade by the midpoint if they don't trade him before the season. By the midpoint, he's probably going to demand a trade because I'm only getting about 5 to 10 reps a game.
I don't
No,
see how he gets the rep. If Hyatt's playing, if Hyatt's out there balling, I don't
I don't see
see
how he gets the
how
reps.
he gets the
Staying
reps.
5 wide.
And that's gonna piss him off because guess what? He's in a contract year and he's trying to get
Facts.
paid. So
And I can't blame either side because
in fact, that's
can't
why
blame either side.
that's why I'm taking this approach to it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not. This isn't on the Giants. You know what I'm saying? This isn't on Slayton. This is just a fractured relationship.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Man,
Absolutely.
Kay, you got anything, any surprises with the offense before we get to the defense? And Miz, what's going on, Miz?
Is
I'm good, man. What's up? Nah, only thing I'll say about this whole Slayton thing is this is where I stand right now and with what I'm seeing with this team. The train is already on its way north. If you ain't in it, we're sorry. No disrespect. See you later. Left you at the station.
left you at the station.
I'm done with people's feelings. It's about fucking winning now. From here on, that's it. I'm done
That's
with
a
feelings.
fact.
That's a
No
fact.
more soap operas. No more feelings. Yeah, I'm sorry. Slayton is. Check it out. Slayton is an average wide receiver. He's a good hard worker. He's a nice guy. You want to know the difference between him and Hyatt? Like exactly what Alex just said. Hyatt's got that young, hungry dog in him. Slayton, he's just settling for like, I'm good right here. The other guys are reaching for the stars. You can see it. And I don't know. I'm not knocking him. But, you know. We're going to draft another young receiver next year. So whatever.
But you have that difference in players, right? You have some guys who make it to the NFL and they're content with just being an NFL athlete. You have some guys who want to have the most sacks or the most catches or the most touchdowns. And then you have some guys who just want to be the greatest ever, right? And you know that's kind of how you categorize the guys on your team. You know what I mean? And you want to get the guys who are just content with being on the team the fuck up out of there. You know what I mean? And you want them guys who want to break records, who want to be the best, who want to be the best team player, who want to give their all for the team to win and go to a championship. So, you know, that this whole process is a process for a reason. You weed these guys out, you replace them, you coach them up, you see if they fit in. If not, you get them the F up out of there too, rinse and repeat. So you get what you want and you go for the goal.
Yeah.
Super facts.
As far as like this, the only thing that I seen was what's that? I think Van Roten is gonna be a starter though. You know, Stinny's gonna be around depth. He's gonna be behind.
Start listening to your boy around here, man.
Roten. Right. And then I feel that Theo Johnson is going to be he's going to be a starter, man, sooner than later because, like I said, Bellinger, he misses too many assignments on his blocking assignments, man. He can't be doing that, man. You know what I'm saying? So I see that was a surprise. Like he's fourth on the depth chart, you know. So I think he'll be first on the depth chart within like the first couple of games of the season, man.
Yeah, I do truly believe that. Let me shout out a couple of people that came into the chat. Slay, what's going on, Slay? Good to see you, little bro. David, he said Hyatt isn't proven yet. I don't know what you guys are talking about. We're just talking about the semantics of it, brother. Circle of Kings LLC, hit that like and subscribe button for us. Every one of these content creators on the panel, man. Good to see you. He said the offense should be okay. Yes, I think they're going to be more okay as long as that offensive line blocks. And David, he says Daniel Jones is probably the most trusted Darius Slayton.
Okay. Give me the big screen for a second.
Daniel Jones got trusted Hodgins too.
Give me the big screen for a second, sir, please.
Yeah, hold on. This would probably be true if Neighbors wasn't here.
Exactly.
That right there, that statement is true until Neighbors came, which elevated Hyatt and Wan'Dale Robinson when he came.
Come on.
The New York Giants offense should be okay. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, fat people and skinny people, old people and young people, ugly people and pretty people. I need y'all to get one thing through y'all thick numbskulls. The New York Football Giants are going to go a minimum of 11-6. We're going to stomp the shit out of and kick the teeth in of anybody who tries to stop it, okay? Division champs, NFC champs, maybe even a Super Bowl. DJ balls the fuck out, throws 42 touchdowns and runs for 8, totaling to 50 touchdowns. We're going to be the greatest show on turf, Big Blue version. And you can take that shit to the bank because the leader of the Blitz Squad, G Nation, Big Blue himself, says so. It will be okay.
You know what Lou just did? You know what Lou just did? He allowed people to feel like how the Jamaicans thought when Keisha Thompson won.
Right. Shout out to Shan EI. Deception. What's going on? He said bearded DJ is dangerous DJ.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Jared
Do-rag DJ.
Right. Do-rag DJ.
Be murder.
Big DD. Yo, Jerry said, right. He said he had the most trusted Slayton because he was the best receiver he had, but things have changed. Yeah, that is very true. And David, you make a good point here as well. He says, I'm just saying DJ doesn't have real game reps with Hyatt just yet, but you can see it in practice. You can see that he throws that ball to Hyatt with great confidence, bro. Like if Hyatt gets open, he's going to get the ball to him. Like facts. Like the offensive line gives him a pocket, and if Hyatt is open, there's no question in my mind DJ's not going to release it to him. The same thing with Neighbors and the same thing with Wan'Dale Robinson. And it's the same thing with Slayton. It's just semantics about it, bro. Like NFL, Chad Ochocinco and everybody tell you, man, the phase out is real. And I believe you're watching a phase out happen. And it doesn't have anything to do about Slayton being a bad person. I think he could be a very good NFL receiver. If he was over there with Atlanta, he would be the number 2 receiver out there with Drake London. And he would do just fine. And I think he could actually get 1,000 yards. It just happens that we drafted Hyatt in the 3rd round, and he's developing pretty quick.
Wan'Dale
because he's a coach. Yeah. And Wan'Dale, you already know he has the slot receiver, hands down. And Hyatt is developing quicker than what I originally thought. I don't know about you guys, but he's developing quicker than I originally thought.
If you look at that Arizona game from last year, Pat, that would tell you right there how a wide receiver who was a rookie that didn't have any real game reps, once he got in the game, he was already trusted by Daniel Jones. Hyatt made the plays downfield to help Daniel Jones win that game.
That's a fact. And then that one pass, when y'all say that he just has that dog in him that Slayton has to fight for the ball, that second deep catch that he got, he jumped up and grabbed it over that DB.
Yeah.
When he threw it to him. So I know Daniel Jones doesn't have an issue throwing it to him. It's just that.
And you seen it from Wan'Dale Robinson last year too, Pat. Remember when he jumped up and caught that pass.
And we've seen Slayton do it. He just, I don't know. It's just weird, man. And he's in an unfortunate situation, bro.
He's just not a
That's
dog,
it.
man. Like let's call it what it is and get off the subject. He's not a dog. Slayton is a wide receiver. Dogs are Malik Neighbors, Jalen Hyatt,
You don't
Wandale
run
Robinson, you've
ugly
Odell
shit.
Beckham,
You don't tell us
AJ Brown.
when to get off
Yeah,
the subject. Lucky I can't choke the shit at you from over here, boy. What's
yeah. First of all, mother, see how I ain't curse at you because I love you too much, brother. But no, I'm talking about get off the subject and my thought process for this kid. This kid is it's over for him, Lou. It really truly is. Like, I mean, we watched him for 4 years. He was the best of what we had, and that wasn't even the best of what we needed. He did what he had to do. It's time to go. That's it.
Fact. Tudo with the $4.99 super chat for Lou. He says salutes to El Machito. Man, am I saying this right? Machito
de Boricua?
Machito, yeah, Machito de Boricua.
Got your
Big
muchachito.
Blue Crew fam, Big Blue Crew fam and crew, all big people, tall people, wide people, small people. Greetings for all of us in Italy and F all Eagles losers. He's talking to you, Slay. But yeah,
40 Lux. Slayton will be a monster on the Chiefs.
Yeah, an absolute monster.
He'll be way better than Jarius Proney.
Oh,
he'll be a monster on the Bills.
And Tony got a 3rd round pick. They give him a 3rd round pick for Tony.
Right. If you hold up. Because Cave just said something. If you could get a motherfucking 3rd round pick for Jarius Proney. And Jarius Proney.
Yeah, but I know where you're going, but you can't.
It's his destination, though, bro.
Yeah, Slayton was
It was his destination.
Kadarius Toney was coming off being a 1st round pick.
Yeah, it's his destination.
So,
well, sometimes it depends if the team.
Not the same. It's not the same athletic ability at all.
You give him free advertisement when you do that. Don't bring up that cockroach's name.
But you're giving. But look, what you're doing is, man, you're selling the fact that he's a productive receiver, consistency, bro.
Right.
Like, look at Judy. They compared the stats with Slayton and Judy. And look at what Judy got.
But compare the skill sets. Compare the skill sets. You got to compare the skill sets. Kadarius Toney has a more attractive skill set than Slayton. So does Jerry Jeudy. I know Jerry Jeudy hasn't produced the way he's supposed to, but certain players have certain skill sets that you're attracted to. He doesn't have the route running of Kadarius Toney or Jerry Jeudy. Doesn't have the twitchiness of those guys. And there's is either Slayton's going to be your number 2 or nothing. You see what I'm saying? Like Kadarius Toney, Jerry Jeudy, you can throw them in a slot. You can throw them in a backfield.
You can't get a 3rd for Darius Slayton.
No.
Who's going to give you a 3rd for him? Go through the teams. Who's going to give you a 3rd? I'll give you 2.
Patriots.
I'll give you no.
What?
Patriots? Hell no.
Hell no.
Patriots don't get Ayuk. Whatever's going on with that, they are desperate for a receiver.
They have a guy over there named Javon Baker that's better than anything. Slayton.
Well, let me ask you a question, Pat. Why are we trading Slayton? What is wrong with having? What is wrong with having this much receiving talent for the first time in a decade?
I understand that, Miz, but this is based on if Slayton wants to leave. We never said they're going to get rid of him because he's trash.
Yeah.
We're saying because Slayton is a good receiver, and I don't think he's going to accept splitting time with Hyatt, and he's only getting 10 to 15 snaps a game, maybe. You see what I'm saying? Going back to season. Yeah, in a contract season, going back to the way that he was getting snaps when he first came, when Dabo first came to us, where he had people like freaking the preseason Hulk Hogan playing over him,
Marcus
Kenny Galladay.
Brown and Kenny Ayers.
I don't think he would want to go through that, and he's a better receiver than that. You see what I'm saying?
Let me ask a question. Will Slayton be selfish enough that he's gonna bitch and make a problem about?
No. Don't do that.
I'm gonna do it.
You're not gonna do it. You're not gonna do it because the man took a pay cut.
Let him finish.
Go ahead.
No, I wasn't gonna say that, NYG. I was gonna say, or will Slayton be a team guy? There'll be obviously good packages for him to be on the field, and the Giants win more games, bro. The Giants win more games. You want to be a
I
team
don't know.
player or
Who's
not?
that?
I don't know. But you also have to think about it. Injuries is a part of the game too. Like teams, they go
Yeah.
through a lot of injuries with wide receivers. They get desperate. You know what I'm saying? That sometimes they rather get some guy from than get some out the practice squad.
But you can't get mad at that dude if he wants to trade and talk about he's not being a look, man. That dude took 2 pay cuts to stay with the Giants and rode the bench to let guys, as Pat just mentioned, Marcus, David Sills, and all these other guys get playing time over him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't see him doing that again.
The guy is not
Trash.
doing anything wrong, and he's not trash. It's just a bad situation for him. So you can't get mad at him for wanting out, and you can't get mad at the Giants if they want to make a move and give the position to Hyatt because he has the upside.
Yeah, but NYG. But
It's not selfish on Slayton's part, bro.
No,
he already took a lot of. He already did a lot for this team, bro.
Mm-hmm.
The thing you two guys are getting a disconnect that is Miz is not saying that he's being selfish. That's not what he's saying. He's saying, hey, look, is he gonna be the guy that says, hey, look, I've done my time here with the New York Giants. Obviously, it's not going to work out. So I would request a trade to go get more playing time because I do want to get a good contract. And what Miz is saying, on the other hand, is he can do that, or he could be the good Samaritan again and just come in those packages that they have for him and try to make plays. That's what Miz is saying. He's not saying either or. He's just asking the question.
Yeah, he could be the good Samaritan, but what's that going to do for his career? These guys are playing for a reason, bro. Like, and he already did the good Samaritan shit, and look where it's got him. As he said,
that's nobody's fault but his.
It is his fault. So why keep doing the same shit and it ain't working? Why take another hit for the Giants and say I'm just gonna be the good Samaritan, shut the fuck up and ride the bench, and then go out there and sign for the vet minimum next year when you can go on the Falcons and get fucking 1,500 yards or some shit like that? Like, bro, you have to think at it from the player's position at some point. At some point, you got to look at it from the player's point of view.
And so that's why Miz asked the question, which one is he going to do? Because I don't have a problem with him doing either. To be honest, I want him to actually leave and go get what he deserves, to be honest with you. No, I'm being dead for him because he deserves it, bro. He's not trash. He's just not a number one receiver, and he's been on the team where he's had to be the number one receiver, and people see that he's not the number one receiver, but he has been productive, and I think he could be a hell of a number 2 receiver on somebody's team. So, like Saint said earlier, let's pitch him to the Saints and see if we can get Marshawn Lattimore in return.
Or what about the Rams? I mean, the Rams always giving away draft picks. I mean,
I'm talking about bringing a player that we can use. Forget the pick. If we can get a number 2 corner, if we can get a number 2 corner, give him for Lattimore. I know Lattimore has his issues sometimes, but he's better than what Flott is. I'll tell you that now.
What about the cat from Denver?
You're gonna have to give him more to get Patrick Surtain.
Alex.
Yeah, Surtain.
He said, I said this months ago and was ripped to shreds for talk about trading Slayton.
That's before we drafted Malik Neighbors. Slayton was all we had.
Bronx. That's the Bronx's finest right there. Alex in the house.
Tudo, he says, Pat, our rugby team here is exactly the opposite. Average players, but we've got elite coaches and run their schemes like a well-oiled machine. Players with right attitude and extreme discipline to follow the books. That is very true, and that has been Slayton. You can't say that hasn't been Slayton. Slayton has been all Giants his whole career, and maybe it's just time for him.
I push back on the people saying he's trash and shit like that. Like, you cats can go out there and defend Daniel Jones and defend this. Hold on. Yeah, because when people say shit about Slayton, they're directly coming at me. I know they are because I'm goddamn near the only one that's ever defended this fucking dude. And to be honest with you, you know what I'm saying? I don't feel bad about doing it, man, because look, man, everybody wants the Giants players to be loyal and to take one for the team and to do this and to do that. And this dude has done that time after time after time again. And you know what this fan base has done? Fucking shit on his ass. Pause. So again, this is what we're talking about here. He's not the worst receiver. He was put in the same situation as Daniel Jones, the same situation as Saquon Barkley, the same situation as Dexter Lawrence, and some of these other players on this team. And they did the best they could fucking do, you know? But it's okay to defend those guys. When you say something about Slade, oh, he's just a fucking piece of garbage. Like, get out of here, man.
He said we should have taken Odunze.
Nah, neighbors.
See, here we go.
He wants, bro. He wants you guys to answer that. I totally ignored that shit like he never even put that in the chat. That's how you shoot that.
Who said that?
That's what he wants. He wants you guys to give him attention. That's what that is, bro. Anybody who says that is either on drugs or just want attention.
Or just coming off drugs.
Yeah.
He's just coming off.
Yeah, you're right. That's retarded.
We'll read this and then we're going to get to the defense and close it out. He says, Pat, Giants got great players.
Because when we get animated and passionate, that shit is made for TV moments. You know what I'm saying? So they like to come on here and troll. Because not only can we shut down your argument intellectually and articulately, but we can also bash the shit out of you verbally while making it sound so good and looking so motherfucking pretty on camera while doing it. So that's why people like to come on and try to troll us. You know what I mean? But we're not going to give y'all that tonight. We're going to keep it positive, you know what I'm saying? And keep it rolling.
Yeah. Joey, what's going on, Joey? Thank you for tuning in. Let's get to the defense. Well, I gotta bring up the screen first.
Ooh, defense, baby. Defense. Come on, let's do it. I'm ready.
All right, we're looking like a four lineman based defense this year. And it looks like Brian Burns is going to be at one edge. We already know. Backed up by
quarterback hitting defensive players. Don't play with me.
Backed up by Boogie Basham. And the undrafted rookie, Ovi Oghoufo. Nose tackle, Dexter Lawrence with Jordan Riley right behind him, DJ Davidson and Timmy Horn. The regular defensive tackle, Raheem Nunez Roaches. I don't think that's going to change in a couple of games. Ryder Anderson, Jordan Phillips, Chapman, and Casey Rogers. The outside linebacker position, which is the other edge, is Kayvon Thibodeau, backed up by Azeez Ojulari, Tamon Fox, and Benton Whitley. Inside linebackers are Bobby O and Michael McFadden, backed up by Carter Coughlin and Deontay Johnson. Then you got the rookie from UCLA, Darius Moorsau, Matthew Adams, and Darian Beavers is last. That's not a good sign for Beavers. The nickel corner, this is where it surprised me. They got Drew Phillips as the nickel corner. That's not the surprise. I knew he was going to do that. But they got Isaiah Simmons as the backup nickel corner. So when we go on the dime, he's going to be the nickel. Nick McLeod, then Trey Herndon. All right, first corner, Deontay Banks backed up by Trey Hawkins and David Long Jr. Second corner, Cordell Flott backed up by Darnay Holmes.
I'm pissed off.
And Breon Borders. And safeties are Dane Belton and Jason Pinnock, the starters, backed up by Tyler Newman, Elijah Riley, Javarius Owens, Caleb Hayes, and Alex Johnson. So where the hell is the dude we signed from the Eagles, Mills? Where is he? Is he hurt?
He's already hurt right now. He's on. Yeah, Mills is hurt.
He's on the pup
already, huh?
Mm-hmm.
My surprise is that damn Isaiah Simmons. He must have carved his role as a nickel corner, and believe it or not, I think sometimes they will put him in over Drew Phillips and slide Drew Phillips to the outside to replace Cordell Flott. That's what I think they're going to do. And Nick McLeod as a nickel, I believe he should be the cornerback too.
Right.
What
Why
I think
the
this
hell
depth
is
chart was made about a week ago, maybe. But
that's crazy?
go who we got? Coach, go ahead and say
What the fuck is going on?
Darnay fucking Holmes.
Listen,
Bro.
That's
He's
why
here.
Cordell Flott can't get on the field. He hanging with his ass.
Darnell Holmes. And like you said, Pat, Nick McLeod. Why the
Bro.
excuse me. Why is Nick McLeod as a nickel corner when all I've heard is he's doing very well as a cornerback, but he's
Facts.
third string nickel.
Right.
And you have
Yeah.
Darnay Holmes, who's better suited for the nickel playing boundary cornerback. The only thing I will say about Darnay Holmes at cornerback is if you're playing zone, I'm going to back off. I will back off there. But he's better in the nickel, also especially in run support. He's very good in the zone concept. There's no denying that. But the number 2 cornerback, because what that's telling me, if Cordell Flott is out, guess who's number 1?
I hate I hate the
fellas. This is not who we are gonna roll into week 1
We
with.
know that, Lou. We know that. This is the projected. This is
People from every practice squad you can find. This whole depth chart.
But you know what, Lou? You're wasting reps on these dudes. You're wasting fucking reps on these dudes.
Get these guys right now
on the outside.
Well, I'll tell you this: Holmes hasn't played outside. It's actually been McLeod and Cordell Flott playing outside.
But that's what's so confusing, Pat.
Yeah, that is confusing
because
they're not wasting reps, like NYG said, because they're actually getting the reps where you think they will be. But go ahead.
Then this, like you said, this maybe was the
then
why release this? Why release this?
Yeah,
why release this then?
That's basically what we're saying. It's garbage.
Fuck the game up and make content videos like this happen.
Yeah, I mean, it's just weird the way they did it because they don't even have Isaiah Simmons as a linebacker. They got him as a DB.
Right.
Well, the nickel. Don't forget the nickel technically is like a will linebacker, so I get it. That's why that's not that big of an issue for me. He technically if you put him out there in a 3 linebacker set, that's what you're going to do. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, Coach. Let me do this to calm people down because this should have happened a long time ago too. Darnay Holmes, you know where you need to go.
Looks like we got another one! On the ground! This is the Gulag. In here, you fight to win back your life. Get!
So let's get that out the way now. Because I just seen that really triggered a lot of people.
Yeah, Darnay Holmes for me, y'all know how I feel about Holmes. Put him in the slot, playing zone with him, give him safety help over the top or somebody underneath, do certain things, but put him on the boundary because y'all know. E will even tell you, good offenses, whether you playing zone or not, they'll solo him on the island. Whether you're in zone, they will put him. They will get him out there 1-on-1, and they will take the safety away from him to get with giving him support, and he's going to be by himself.
And how is that done all the time, Coach? You send the over 6'2" wide receiver and put him in the slot and allow child abuse.
Basically. So for me, having him inside would have been better because you can him a little bit more. On that outside, he's going to be alone. And you know what? That's like, I'm not going to say that. Let me be nice. Let me not say something dirty. But that's going to be like taking somebody out to the woodshed and tanning their little bottoms, okay? No, it's not going to be good. and that's whether you're in the zone or man. You could still abuse him that way. So, but that right there was my biggest surprise with McLeod and Holmes.
Right.
Ryder Anderson and Jordan Phillips. Jordan Phillips. I mean, they brought him here for a reason, and he's third on the depth chart. So I'm just like, he's not having a good camp. And then I keep hearing Chapman is getting first team reps, so that's pushing him further down. So they're looking to use him and use his skill set. So all the rest of them, Boogie Basham,
Oh Lord.
Yeah. So the rest of them, all right.
B-squared.
And I'll say one last thing, and then I'm done. Okay. But our first line, we definitely got to rock hard with our first line because some of the backups.
Well, yeah,
Here's a drop off.
The depth on this team. Yeah, the depth on this team is always going to be a problem until we get about 2 or 3 more good drafts.
Mm-hmm.
That's just going to be a fact. But go ahead, NYG. I already put Holmes in the gulag, so you ain't got to be triggered by him, sir.
Man, bro. Don't you dare put Darnay Holmes on a boundary on the outside to get barbecued like the 4th of July. Hot outside. You know what I'm saying?
And somebody ain't that good. Barbecue on the 4th of July.
Somebody didn't left the grill running.
Thank you.
Got drunk and burnt the fucking chicken. That's Darnay Holmes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Darnay.
That's him on the outside.
Non-lives.
Chicken.
we don't need that in our lives, fellas.
Chick-fil-A.
Right.
Really crunchy.
Fact.
That's his nickname, Chick-fil-A.
Nah, that's Chick-fil-A. That's burnt to the damn bone, man. That's burnt to the bone.
That's charred grilled.
Yeah.
Krispy Kreme.
That's campfire chicken.
S'mores.
Right. So you don't want him on the roster, NYG? You don't want him
That's basically what he's saying, right, man?
You know, 2 years ago, Darnay Holmes was a good slot corner. I don't know what happened last year, to be honest.
Yeah, they got him on the outside.
Yeah,
according to the depth chart.
Not 2 years.
That's what I'm talking about.
Ago. It's 3 years ago, man. 2 years. He played 2 years. He played under wing system, and he was getting totally abused. He was bent over the rails and really okay.
So why? Let me ask you this, Coach.
That dude ain't it.
When he was, I'm not saying either or. I understand. Last year he was making me upset too. But here's the thing: when he was drafted, right, he was considered the steal of the draft.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that? Deion Sanders was saying that, was raving about him too. Then he come out his rookie year. He played some damn good football. I remember that game in Seattle that we stole. So I don't know what happened.
Wink system.
Yeah. He
was dedicated on a lot of men. He's not a man cornerback.
At all.
Him. They were killing him with crossers, and he was always in the trail. And it's not even that he was in the trail technique. There was great separation. There was at least 3 to 4 yards of separation in a crosser. I mean, no, there's no look. My old cranky broke down butt with my walker could give better coverage than him. How bad he is. So I have concerns with him in man. In zone, I have no issues in zone. I really don't. If he's in the slot, and he's good in run support, he really is. He's a good tackler, So that part I'm giving him credit for. But on the outside, he will be targeted. Trust and believe.
Oh, lunch meat.
Believe it. You send two verts just on the simplest high school route. 2 verts. Run 2 verts, a seam and an outside goal with him. That means he's one-on-one with an outside receiver. Right. He's done.
Well, you don't put him on the outside. I never thought he belonged on the outside anyway. So.
That's what I'm
Depth chart is on the outside.
The he has him on the outside.
Well, he gives up a lot of first downs on
I
PIs.
believe that that's just a placeholder position for a few of these guys in the deep. I believe they're gonna go and sign a guy, and they're gonna go and get some guys that don't make it on other teams, and not because they didn't make it because of skill, but because they already have a lot of depth
Right.
on their team.
They're
There
already
will be
doing
some
it.
guys that get cut, and the Giants will go and pluck from those guys, and they
We already did that
will
too.
go get an Adoree or something like that, because I think Shane Bowen likes to run a zone. So
What's the cornerback we picked up today from Washington?
Me personally, I put Nick McLeod as a starting QB2 and put Slot
You
as
ain't gonna have no choice, man, K. I don't think you have a choice.
Coach, he's not guy they picked up is not good, coach. He's not
Yeah, I know that. That's my point. A lot of guys we're going to get, it's going to be in that range. What I'm saying is, a lot of them are going to be in that range. They're cut for a reason. Now, some are going to be a numbers game. I get that. I get that. I get
what sign a guy as well. They're saying they might go get a Dory or something like that, but
I don't want Adoree back.
Adoree, yo,
they're playing a zone.
Adoree's gonna be back with the Giants.
Adoree will kill it.
Adoree's gonna be back.
Yeah, I'm with y'all on that.
The more chance Adoree's back as a Giant.
It's crazy. And why I didn't want him in Wink's system, but in this one right here, I'm all the way for it.
Yep.
I'm all the way for it.
Yep.
I don't like when somebody quits. I seen that dude quit too many times in multiple seasons. I don't want to.
He's also giving us some. He's also giving some big time games.
Chance, okay,
bro. He's quit.
Drew said 0 chance.
Yeah, I think so too, Drew. I'm with you on that one. He's not coming back here.
I know
that dude. That man. Bro,
I
you
will
can't
say this:
do
if they
shit
wanted
like
him,
that.
they would have been got him.
Yeah, bro, you can't just
but if you
can't
wait
show that
longer,
type of
get him for cheaper.
You can't. We talking about building a culture here, fellas. You can't show that type of fucking quit ass attitude, dog it. I'm done type shit, and then bring a guy like that back. When you got young players in this locker room. You know what I'm saying? Because if Adoree acts like that, the moment we're getting blown out in the game, and he dogs on a play or two, and those young guys see that, like, bro, it's not good, bro.
I know one.
I don't like what I seen from Adoree last year. I was done with that dude.
Well, it don't got to be Adoree, but they could go potentially sign somebody. Trade.
Yeah, I'm with signing the vet corner. Absolutely. I don't want Adoree Jackson back here.
Who's remaining, gentlemen, out there?
It's not done. I'm telling you.
Remaining out there.
Yeah, who's remaining out there?
Gilmore, who does not want any part of being with us. You got Xavier Howard, but he's having some legal issues right now. That's the only reason why I see he hasn't been picked up yet. And there's really just a bunch of other guys. Like,
is Rock Yasin out there?
No, I don't think he is. No. If you really want a guy, you're gonna have to make a trade.
That's what I say.
I like the guy you said. Let's go trade for Lattimore.
Yeah, I think Lattimore could be had for a third or fourth round pick, or just straight up Slayton for Lattimore. To be honest with you.
You could throw Boogie Basham in there too if you want.
You throw Boogie Basham in, that ain't gonna make the trade. I keep trying to tell y'all.
I think
trade rejected.
You have the whole trade done. Yeah, would y'all take Boogie Basham? Click. Hello? Hello?
Why we say that about him? Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I didn't see.
Have you seen Boogie Basham out there?
Has no Boogie and no Bash.
Right.
That's why we bashing him, boss.
His name is
he's trash. Yeah. You know who he reminds me of, fellas? What was the dude that we got from the Dallas Cowboys that fucked Michael McFadden life up the first year? Smith?
Oh, Jalen Smith.
Jalen.
Oh,
Oh
my
man.
God.
Boogie Basham is the Jalen Smith of DTs.
And Jalen Smith, we don't know what the hell he was. He was out there throwing people's elbows on people, just flopping into the crowd, jumping on. Like, what are you doing, sir?
First of all, he was tackling his own friends. Okay.
I don't like you, bro. You don't do stuff.
Yeah, I haven't been noticing what he's doing. So
We did a whole breakdown, Pat, on Jason Smith. Remember Jalen Smith?
Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
Trash.
Terrible. This dude, that's terrible.
And he knows he's trash. I don't even know.
What are you doing?
Right. Like every time Boogie Basham get in there, the quarterback has at least 6 seconds.
And a half.
He can't get in there, bro. I don't know what it is. Pause. Like that
He
dude,
just don't have the move, brother. That's
don't
it.
have the boogie.
He don't got the moves.
He
Right.
don't have the boogie.
He ain't got the moves. That's
what's going on, Jayla? He don't even have a gangster boogie.
What's up, y'all? Y'all can hear me good?
Yeah.
Hey, what's good with you, Jay?
No, man, I just got done doing the set downtown Houston at the Secret Group. I told y'all I was gonna pop in on y'all when I got done with my stuff, you know, saying when we talked last time. What y'all got going on tonight? What's on the menu?
I got the best joke you could have said tonight.
What's that?
Boogie Basham. Everybody would have laughed.
So what happened with Boogie? He was getting used and abused?
Man, he don't even need to touch the field, bro. That's what we saying.
He need to change his last name?
Yeah, I think he brings down team morale just being there.
No Boogie and no Bash.
And no,
He'll be a boogie bash in one place. Send his ass to the prison. He'll be a boogie bash.
Oh my shit. I bet you run there.
Yes.
Oh,
He
yeah.
wanna bash that ass, boy.
Right.
Pause.
Get out of there.
Oh.
No, it ain't no damn pause. You know me better than that. Stop it, Lou.
But
You
yeah,
get
how's
his
your
ass
set
in
go,
there
though,
and they go
Jayla?
smack that ass.
But
I'm
how'd
not
your
joining
set
in
go,
on
bro?
that. Pause.
Right.
I
How'd your
went,
set go?
it went good, man. I tried out. You know, this has been my first time back on in a couple months. You know, so I've been working, but it went well. You know what I'm saying? I got through my 5 minutes. I didn't stumble over nothing. I even tried out a couple new little jokes. And so you know, it went well. It went well.
okay.
Let's go.
Another day on the grindstone.
Yep. The more you practice, the better you get.
Yeah, I'm just happy to get back to it. You know, because like I was telling Lou and NYG and Pat the other night. You know, I've been through a whole bunch of losses this year, and it was hard for me to really kind of find the funny in anything. So just for me getting out here and and getting back to it, my family's been talking to me, telling me, my wife been telling me I need to get back on stage. So I stopped feeling sorry for myself and went and got back on stage tonight. So if you're feeling sad, if you're feeling sad and depressed and feeling like you can't do that shit and why is this bad stuff happening to me? It's gonna keep on happening to you, but you just build and get stronger from that and keep on pursuing and pushing through whatever you want to do.
That's right, Jay. Tell him, bro.
Yeah, but hey, I'm literally in the parking lot of the comedy club, so I'm about to head back to the house. If y'all still on when I get back to the crib, I'll pop on and shoot the shit with y'all again. But I just want to pop in and say what's up, Big Blue Crew. Giants, y'all see we've been fighting. You see, we was whooping some lion ass. We was those Rudy Poo cowardly lions getting their ass handed to them.
Put them up. Put them up.
Yeah, put them up. Put them down. That's what
right.
Put them down.
All right, man. Glad you had a good set tonight, though, Jay. But we're probably off by the time you get to the crib. But man, I gotta come out there and see you live one time, bro. I'm gonna make a trip out there.
I'm in downtown Houston, man. I'm at on 24th and Post Street at the Secret Group. I'm at Axelrad, Mo City Grills in Missouri City. That's south side of Houston. I'm all over the place, man. Just catch me on, Monday through Thursday. I ain't big enough for the weekend headliner, so you know what I'm saying. You gotta catch me on a Monday through Thursday, and I got you. I'm working my way up.
All right, bro.
All right, I'll holler at y'all, man.
All right,
bro.
Jay Lay.
Yeah.
Good to see you, bro. But yeah. Gotta go catch Jay Lay at one of his sets, man. Because
Facts.
I know that shit funny as hell.
Man, that's
But,
a funny ass dude. Yo, pause.
Anybody got anything else to say about this depth chart? Because this depth chart is wild. This is literally like a 90-man depth chart. But hopefully this is not the official depth chart. It's just something that they had to put out before the first preseason game. You know what I'm saying? So they was like, just write some names in there and we'll get the depth chart fixed before the regular season. I think that's what this was.
You know, the main thing I noticed about the depth chart is the depth. We actually have a little bit of it. You know what I'm saying?
Way more than we usually have. I'll tell you that.
So, I mean, you know, the fact that we're talking about certain players might get cut or might not make it, or that's a good thing. That's a good thing to be talking about trading who was your number one wide receiver the past, 3 or 4 years.
Right.
And now he's your number 4. That's a good thing, y'all. It's not a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? It's not a bad thing to be having conversations about who's going to be playing next to Dex, to have all these different options and all these different players that could possibly step up and take that position. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a good problem to have at running back when you have Tracy, you have Turbo Miller, in competition. The fact that we got some edge presence now, so the depth is really what I took around this depth chart, is the fact that we actually have a little bit of depth now. It ain't crazy. We can get more, obviously.
It's still scary.
You know what I'm saying? But it's a lot better than what we've had in the past.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Especially at particular positions, as I mentioned. But yeah.
Hey, 40, look, we will be at MetLife November 3rd for the Commanders game.
Please
if you
show
want to link
in.
up with us then. Pause. But yeah, but anybody else got any last words? I think I put everybody I need to put in the gulag tonight.
Hold on, you put Darnay in the gulag? Yeah, you already put him in.
I got Darnay, I got Boogie Bash from Trash Ass. Y'all put Cordell Flott there yourselves. Y'all some mean sons of guns.
Oh yeah.
But go check out Miz in the Midday. He had a damn good video. I keep trying to tell this crazy sucker to keep making those Miz in the Middays, bro. Like, those videos are dope as shit. Like, check out that Miz in the Midday that he made today, man. It's a lot of good stuff in that video, and it's absolutely hilarious. Other than that,
I checked it out, Miz. I checked it out, bro.
Put the guy in the gulag. The guy that Jones sucker slapped. Put him in the gulag. Find them in there a whole bunch.
But overall, today was a pretty good day to be a Giants fan. Our joint practice went way better than everybody on Twitter and the media were expecting it to be. They thought we was going to be some chumps. Hey, Daniel Jones and Malik Neighbors can only connect against themselves. But looks like Malik Neighbors is the truth. He's burning your DBs too, not just his. It's a lot of things to be excited about this Giants team. And even if you are negative Nancy, even some of the negative Nancy people are coming out and be like, man, Daniel Jones might be a dog. No, don't say that now.
Yes, nah.
Yeah.
Bro, like you said, Miz, the bus already left, bro.
Yeah.
The bus is already gone, bro.
Maybe Daniel Jones did need a number one receiver. No shit, Sherlock. Freaking idiot.
The truth be told, they are Giant fans, so I'll get a second bus to come back around if they want
to. Leave them suckers right where they at.
Man, they done. They on the curb.
Man,
where they belong.
Cold-hearted son of
Nah.
bitches.
On the curb. Giants win the Super Bowl. They need to be right there on that grass where Man Cave is sitting at. Right behind us. You need to be right there on that grass. and watch the fireworks from MetLife outside. So,
Right,
Tell you one thing, Pat. Tomorrow they be doing it again, right? Tomorrow the Giants and Lions do it again, right?
Yep.
yeah.
Now I'll be a little bit worried because I think the Lions tomorrow are gonna come out and say,
Oh
yo,
yeah,
they
you know
us. You
know
know?
Dan Campbell laid the wood to those boys in that locker room. Pause.
Mhm.
But you know Dan Campbell ain't about that.
Well, we gonna
Dan
see.
Campbell was one of us. He
He
an old school
he said a
giant.
lot of
Yeah.
good things today about the organization and Dable and Mara and all that shit. So he's a good guy. But I think the Lions come out tomorrow because they got a little humiliated today. They got punched in the face. So and I just want to get out of there healthy. That's the only
Yep.
thing I cross my fingers
Yep.
about. You know what I'm
Get
saying?
out of there healthy. That's all I care about too.
And
How y'all feel about the preseason game?
And they got two of them on Thursday, and then they playing the Patriots game on what's that NFL Network.
Saturday.
And then they play Thursday. It's the same time as ours, 7:00, both games.
Y'all thinking the starters play?
You see,
No.
I brought that up today, NYG. I would rather Jones don't play this Thursday, but listen.
Yeah, they're not gonna play.
Mm-hmm.
So what game is the dress rehearsal? The second or the third game?
They're gonna probably do the dress rehearsal the second game.
Oh yeah. All right.
Which game is the Jets game?
Third one, the last one.
Third.
Yeah, they're not.
And they got a joint scrimmage practice with them that same week also.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're not gonna do anything with the Jets. Yeah,
They may play the first two series and get them the hell out of there. But this first game, this is really going to determine some people that are going to get cut. Now, I do believe the defense, as far as Cordell Flott and those boys, they're going to make them play. Because Cordell Flott's going to be the cornerback too. He ain't got no choice but to play.
Anybody in competition, anybody in a serious competition got to play. They got to play. You know what I'm saying?
But people like Isaiah Simmons and them who have fit roles already, they're not going to play. But I'm putting Cordell Flott out there immediately. Him and Nick McLeod on both sides. And let's see who comes out better during the game. Oh, Nick McLeod, you made more plays. Flott, get to the bench, sir.
You ain't hear Banks' name today, did you?
No, you didn't.
That's a good thing.
Facts.
He was out there making plays. That's why.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Shit, Runyon got fucked up.
Who? Oh, Runyon. Oh, yeah. Runyon got destroyed on one rep.
On pass by Pascal.
Yeah, Pascal is nice, though. That dude is nice. And Runyon got destroyed on that rep. I said, good Lord. That reminded me of last season on that one. Do that one no more.
Brian Burns owned every rep today, whoever was against him.
This looks like Hernandez, in my opinion. That's how bad
that looked bad right there. I don't know if he tripped or something. I don't know what happened on that rep, but he got destroyed.
Nah, he got hit with the left arm to the right shoulder and pulled and ripped through with a swim move off of it.
Yeah, he hit him with a nice hezzy.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, we had a pretty good day. I mean, it was a one-on-one, so you don't have no help on either side. So hopefully he doesn't give up pressure that quick. But I do think the starting offensive line plays, and they'll throw Drew Lock in there. Let them play with the offensive line for probably one series, and then
I want to see Neighbors get at least one series. To be honest with you,
I don't think Neighbors gets a series.
I know, I get it, but I'm saying I want to see him out there just so he can get a little, just his first taste of the speed of the game out there. Just one series. That's why I said one series.
We'll see.
Slayton can start at the one spot.
Do I think he will? No.
I think. I mean, if Jones is gonna play, if Jones is gonna play, yeah. But if Jones isn't gonna play,
then he's not gonna put Neighbors out there or Hyatt or Wandale Robinson.
Yeah.
I better not see Drew Lock throwing Malik Neighbors no goddamn passes.
Nah,
I better not see
that. Man, Twitter go crazy. You see? He
completed
completed a pass to Malik Neighbors. You see? Fucking dummy.
Yeah, nah, we don't want to see that.
It could be a 3-yard curl. You see? Way better than Daniel Jones. He completed
wide receiver screen.
Yeah.
For 60 yards. Look at that. Look at the stats. 60 yards.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's what I'm gonna watch in this preseason, though. To be really honest, I'm enjoying this little running back mix, and I want to see them play.
Yep.
I like to see them.
I want to see Turbo Miller play. That's for sure. I want to see what Turbo Miller and Tyrone Tracy actually have and see how we can use them, dude.
Yeah.
But I think Turbo Miller is gonna turn some heads, bro.
Yeah.
But we're gonna wrap this up. I want to plan on being on here 2.5 hours. Y'all get me every time. I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Hit that like and subscribe button for all these great content creators here with the Big Blue Crew. You got Coach Ed Gladney, Amazing World of Sports, Unpopular Opinion Sports, NYG 22, Big Lou, G Nation Inside Sports, co-founder of the Big Blue Crew with Joe, Classified 3F with Joe. Prayers to him. Hopefully he gets better by the season so we can call some games because he is funny as hell when we call him the games. You got I Am Chosen, E Chosen. Go subscribe to him and the Shakedown Media. Always got love for those guys over there. You got the S Guy, Man Cave, new member of the Big Blue Crew doing his content. Go check his channel out. Has a lot of basketball content. I'm sorry ass Nets. But I think you're a Knicks fan, so you.
I'm a Knicks fan. I'm Knicks.
Yeah, and I'm.
You said it right. Them sorry ass Knicks. You said it right.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Said it right.
Don't do that.
Sorry ass
Don't do
Nets.
that. Don't do that.
Pat, bro.
He trying to bait you, Cave. Don't do it. Don't let. He trying to bait you, bro. Don't let him do it.
And
He hurting because they hurting. Hurt people like to hurt people.
Man, whatever, yo.
And you got Miz, who does Miz in the midday when he wants to, but if he does it more often, he will get a lot more views and he will be at 1,000 subscribers very quick because those videos are very entertaining. Anytime he feels that he got to get his passion out, pause. You should do a video. Keep trying to tell him. But maybe he'll listen to me one day. I guess he considers me a young buck. You don't know what you're talking about, but I do. But
yo, as God, send me some comment or something. I'm not sure. I'm looking for you, but I'm probably already subscribed, right? I don't even know.
You are.
The Giants Man Cave. The Giants Man Cave.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
But any more final words, fellas, before we get out of here?
Tomorrow, man. I'll kick some more butts tomorrow, man. Let's see what happens tomorrow. And knock on wood, no injuries.
Facts.
Ain't no ifs. Ain't none of that.
That's right.
Giants gonna come out and dominate. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be simple as that. 11-6 is the minimum. Division championship, NFC championship, possibly Lombardi. Giants is going to stomp every fucking body this year. Don't be surprised when we come out on the 3-0 start. And everybody's like, oh my goodness, the Giants have turned it around. No, keep that same energy and keep your bitch ass over there. You know what I'm saying? Keep that same hateful ass energy over there. Don't come over here. Don't switch up now. Because the Giants is about to go on a run. Greatest show on turf, Big Blue version. Y'all already know where you heard it.
Hey, Jesus Martinez. Never too late. Thank you for tuning in, bro. And New York Giants. I hope we just beat the Cowgirls. I hope we beat them twice.
Oh, we are.
Mm-hmm.
Will Wilkins, always a good supporter of the show. Thank you for tuning in. And shout out to everybody that came in. Red Fox, 40 Luck, Andrew, Dominique Parks, Jarius, Slay actually came through. Earl Cole, everybody that came through, man. There's so many of you guys. It's hard to get to all you guys, but we do read your chats throughout the show and we post them on the screen to make sure everybody know what you're talking about. That's what we do here, and that's what we'll always do. Don't have to super chat to be noticed. And Tudo out there in Italy. Hopefully he wins his upcoming season game. I know his season is starting here very soon. So if you're still awake, Tudo, we give our prayers out to you as well for your health as well. But for all you sucker-ass Giants fans that keep hating and want us to lose because you don't like Daniel Jones, you know where you can go.
Looks like we got another one! On the ground! This is the Gulag. In here, you fight to win back your life. Gates!